We're coming in right now, I promise. Hello, everyone. Good evening and welcome to the Greyhawk channel, where tonight we join our party for the next episode of The Liberation of Geoff, an Against the Giant's Tale. It's a long name, but I named it, and all my names are long. It's one of my curses. Hi, I'm Sean, also known as Threat Place on the tweeters. I am your DM for the evening, and the first thing that I am bound to do by oath to the great lords of Greyhawk is to thank our patrons and Twitch subscribers. And of course, all of our games are powered by Roll20, the world's leading virtual tabletop. And now, Greyhawk Channel is officially supported by Roll20, and you can try it out at roll20.net. In fact, so you can see we're using it right now. It's right there, see? Up there. Of course, Heroic Maps is our official battle sponsor, and you can check out their library of more than 300, not 200, not 100, but 300 maps on Drive-Thru RPG. And of course, the wonderful folks at Tabletop Loot. Where should you go there? You can go to tabletoploot.com and enter Greyhawk for 15% off your next purchase. That's exciting because everyone needs more dice. And of course, all of our Patreon and Twitch subscribers can get some amazing discounts and coupon codes from Rue Ink and Cantrip Candles. So thank you all for coming out tonight. Thank you to our amazing sponsors, and thank you, the viewers of The Liberation of Geoff, for hanging out, chatting, and making this community so amazing. And with that, let's go around to the team and say hi. We will start with Shauna.
Hey, I'm Shauna, playing Circe. I am playing Lady Aman Arkewald, human, noble, and bringer of distant death to giants.
Nice. I was also bringing up notes at the same time. Sorry about that. Zippy.
I'm Zippy Zippo, and I'm playing Colin, a flight boy.
A flight fight boy. Abby.
Fight boy.
Oh my gosh, hello. I am playing Ellie Wickhumblebumble, who is a gnome druid, who I think right now is a giant scorpion, actually.
Might be a giant scorpion.
So yeah, I'm there. I'm ready to attack some giants or whatever we're gonna do.
Awesome. 4.
Hello, my name is Four. I am here to play the Orc Cleric of Luthic. Rofumden.
Rohomden. And last but certainly not least, Britt.
Rolfhumner.
Rohomden.
I'm Britt. I am playing, according to Colin, the shiny useless one.
Oh.
We were just anyway.
Fascinating psychological conversations happening before.
Sir Lawrence Andrew Wells, who has some stuff he's going through. It's okay. Everything's gonna be fine.
Indeed, it will be well. Or maybe not. Maybe everyone will die right now. So, getting to that, what happened last week, team? Rohomden.
My goodness. We are we're in a pickle. What is Geoff? Geoff is like the worst place to live right now because there are giants everywhere and they've conquered and they're making slaves of all the little folk, and the little folk need to rise up and defeat them. That's a problem because the city that we're in is the capital of Geoff, and the capital is not even anywhere close to doing what is required. So our little band, who has been originally tasked with using their great might to cause disarray, has decided to at least give the people of this city a little bit of a chance to rise up by breaking out one of the characters, Lawrence Andrew Wells, in fact. Your family is currently being held captive, your sister. We don't know about, well, you know, but we don't about the rest. And once we do this, they'll be able to lead sort of I don't think it's a charge, it's more like a tiptoe rebellion within Geoff's capital. And right now we are trying to plan a very treacherous attempt to get inside this. Is it a prison or is it just like sort of a...
It's a prison camp, right?
It's a prison camp.
It's obviously been set up since the since the occupation began. It is just a block, essentially, that's around this kind of circle within the city that's been walled off to hold specific prisoners.
Really rough. I'm not looking forward to it.
It's a big map.
It's big and it's deadly, and I'm terrified because if one part of our plan does not go correctly as it stands, we're in trouble.
We're probably all gonna die, so
We've had one
Yeah.
giant fight already.
Yeah.
And we don't have any of our other NPCs with us right now, so it's actually more terrifying than usual.
Yeah.
Indeed. So, yes.
I'm not scared.
Our party finds themselves in the capital of Geoff, Gorna, seeking
right, Gorna.
information. Yes, seeking information on what the status is here, as there were rumors of a rebellion. It turns out there was, but the leaders of it were just recently rounded up, and more worryingly for one of our party members, Sir Lawrence, 2 of the leaders of the resistance are directly related to him. One, his sister, and one, his mother. Sadly, upon approaching the walls, among those who had already been destroyed, for lack of a better term, by the fire giants was his mother, now hanging gutted on the wall with a number of other resistance leaders, and yet he did not see his sister there, so there is still hope. Our party finds themselves deep on the eastern side of the city, which is the fire giant held side of the city, which seems to be split in 2 between a fire giant side and I just blanked on their name side. They're the more undergroundy ones. Fomorian, thank you. I don't know why I lost it. I was on such a roll, too. There are 2 sides to the city, one fire giant, one Fomorian. They seem to be at odds with each other. And so our party now is attempting a rescue of the rebellion leaders, including Sir Lawrence's sister, held within a prison camp. To give you all players a reminder of what you discussed on the last game, you had 2 operating plans you were working on at the end of the game, and a little bit of information. So we'll start with the information, because it's been a week and we got into the details, so I figured I'd just give it to you. Again, there is a 5-foot wide wall with a 5-foot wide parapet, along which 4 Verbig patrol. They're mostly looking inside, but will occasionally check outside as well. They don't expect an attack, because they feel like they're pretty far behind enemy lines, or friendly lines. Also within the center, kind of guard post, that is just a large gondola, is a single fire giant overseeing the operation. There is another fire giant guard outside the eastern gate here as well. As you were doing your reconnaissance, you also found that there was one fire giant hanging out in a house just doing house stuff, along with 2 Verbig also hanging out in houses just doing house stuff, and 2 fire giants working at a smithy just to the north of the camp. The 2 plans you had talked about were... Oh, and the one other bit of tactical information that you had was that apparently a part of the wall has been recently repaired and is not as sturdy as the rest of it, and it is where it is marked on the map by the 2 diagonal lines. The 2 tactics you all had talked about, one was sneaking up and using a geish on that guy right there to allow you to enter without having to fight him. The other was to create a distraction and use that to be able to sneak your way in. You had thought possibly about using the weak point on the wall to make your way out, using Ellie's stone form stuff. So with that information back at you, do you have any questions about any of that? Does this all kind of refresh your memory from last week? Mm-hmm. And if it does, then I will throw it over to you for what happens next.
Sounds good.
I'm scared.
we're not gonna die. We're not gonna
We'll
die.
be fine. We'll be fine.
We're not gonna
I'm
die.
ready, boys and girls.
We have escape options if things go bad. All right, so do we want to do the get this guy and then try and sneak in?
Guy?
Because it looks like those very big are on the wall and getting in through. That's probably the easiest way through. Can talk to the people and then
Yeah, I think
figure out a way out.
What we're going to do. So Eliwick, do we want to do her pass through stone plan first?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh.
Then we have to wait for her to get back, right? Okay.
I'm sorry. She's passing through stone.
She could.
So, I guess explain to me. What's she doing?
At this point, Eliwick is a giant scorpion, for those of you who don't remember. So she's just on the side going. So we had one of two options, right? So I would either be a distraction, and then if you guys couldn't get through the wall just by force, then I could turn back into Eliwick and use stone shape to make it a door so we can get in.
Or what I could do is I could cast the Gaius spell and command this boy right here to simply open the door for us.
The gayest spell, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And we can simply, he'll be out of the battle. Like, I can command him to open the door and go away. Or something else to maybe remove some monsters from the battlefield. And then we can walk in, get the prisoners, and lead them over here to the part of the wall that is not repaired and either destroy it or find a way to get them through this weakened part of the wall without attracting all of their attention.
Yeah.
The only people we need to get are the sister. That's all I'll say on that.
Colin would probably suggest that if there's going to be a distraction, that he and Ellie can both go, because Colin has the speed and the height, and he's done it before in the fields where he led them off. Probably doing it again wouldn't be as hard. They know that there are humans in the city, so seeing these humans probably would just maybe start a riot, hopefully pulling the most dangerous fighter to chase after.
It would also be good to get the very big on the wall distracted, or at least looking elsewhere while we sneak through the well, that giant lets us in.
Yeah. I like that. And then I can transform back into Ellie and wait for you at the weak.
Essentially, my plan just saves Eliwick a spell slot, I think.
I like it.
And it's easier to sneak in through the door than having Madeline, climb over the wall and us having to do a distraction.
Yeah. Because at least I can, if we go with through the front door, we can still do the stealth to keep the very big, and we should hopefully be able to get through. Let Sir Lawrence find his sister, and then we can figure out a way to get all these people out and get them to the corner where he busts them out.
Just out of curiosity, out of character, are you guys all deliberately excluding the mother because your characters have figured it out?
Oh, that's me metagaming. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean that's as far. Yeah, that's just planning. Like.
Okay, I just wasn't sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Lawrence's relatives who are in the hold. Not any specific relatives, just whatever relatives are in there. All right, that sounds like a good plan.
Okay.
Ellie's gonna turn in her scorpion form to Colin and Nias and then kind of lean towards like trying to figure out like where are we going to distract them? Where are we going to lead them to?
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe the opposite way. Maybe like.
Which way is to the
like over
the
here?
The Fomorian.
So it is to the west, to the left side of it.
Well, that's convenient. Nice. That's good.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, Colin would probably look over this battlefield and probably say, we can distract them by pulling them this way. And since the fire giants and the Fomorians are testy towards each other, it wouldn't be that hard to start infighting. Especially if we stand on the border and have them argue who gets to capture.
Sounds good.
I would love to sneak with you. I really would, but
We all have our strengths.
Flyboy needs to fly.
You're the one who has the speed and won't be able to get caught by them on the ground.
And if I do, if it turns south, Ellie, I want you to run.
At this, Ellie's going to literally take one of her pincers and kind of snap it really close to Colin's ear as like, idiot, what are you talking about?
Do I have any scissors that I can put close to the mic? Let's see.
Do we have? I have a sister.
There we go. Yeah, there we go.
Thank you.
Yeah. Just to get you in the game.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Lawrence
Okay.
does raise his eyebrow at that comment too. Am I muted?
Yeah,
Nope,
no,
you're good. That was
No. How has Lawrence been this entire planning session?
Quiet. Kind of a little off. But then when Colin said what Colin just said, he kind of snaps back and raises his eyebrows like, was Colin just not selfish for a moment? Like that's what's
Okay. So, are you ready to do this?
Let's rock.
No, but okay.
we're not gonna die. It's fine. It's fine.
So to figure this out, just to make sure I have the plan clear, now that it seems like you have the plan clear, two things are going to happen immediately. Colin is going to do a flyby while Eliwick sneaks in, both of you to create distractions. Meanwhile, Maddie, Rolf, and Lawrence will sneak up close enough to cast Gaze on this fire giant.
I don't even have to be close. It's 60 feet.
Sure, close enough to cast. You might be 60
Yeah.
feet now, for all I know. But
they might not have to because he's the first giant in the flyby path.
yeah,
But he has to open the door.
You have to open the gate, yeah.
He has to open the gate.
Well, if I fly over them and towards the west and they have to move west, he has to inherently open the door to chase after me.
Maybe. Or he could just blow a bugle.
So I'm sneaking just to make sure. Sorry, I'm gonna be sneaking over this way to distract these guys, or I thought sorry.
yeah. Let's get your role clear.
Yeah.
Because Eliwick is, if I'm not the healer, she is.
So
It's true.
perhaps it's only Colin doing the distracting.
Perhaps.
I don't want to leave Colin by himself though.
He can come back. He can come back.
Fly. He's the most able to escape of any of us.
You better.
Okay, so Colin will look up in the sky. Are there any air units about?
There are
Assume there is always within 2 minutes of you a flight of 3 fire giants on large black wyverns.
Oh, that's fine.
Ah.
I don't know. They could. If we get wyverns in here, that's going to be a problem.
Maybe a low fly, maybe. Like first or second story, maybe height.
I guess. Yeah.
You probably would just stay out of the reach of the giants,
Okay.
taking in account of the reach that they have with their weapons, kind of deal. So,
Yep, that makes sense.
and how high they can jump.
I mean, I wonder how
So-
high a fire giant could jump.
Oh,
I don't know. Does
they got a
does
lot of armor,
size
so
and
maybe not that
mass-
high.
Yeah,
Do you,
I feel like
I don't know.
not very high. Yeah,
I feel like a giant jumping would be like kind of like a
Yeah.
not like a
yeah,
like a bound.
yeah. No, it would be like, okay. So, Colin is going to do the distracting.
Mhm.
The other 4 of you, it sounds like now, are going to sneak up to the gate, or within 60 feet of the gate. Gage the fire giant who's there. Open the gate, you big poo. And don't attack us, FYI. And sneak past the 1 fire giant on the way. once you have the order, you're going to go in, and then there may be a fight, there may not inside, but you'll at least have made it inside to where is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah,
Got
once
it.
we're inside, we just need the rest of those wonderful, wonderful kids to find the people we need to get out. And then
Okay.
we make our way out.
All right.
Cool.
And Colin, do you have? I forgot. I'm a scorpion. I can't give you any potions.
I could give you potions. I think I have a few.
So
if you
which would
need-
you... Oh, go ahead.
If you need them.
He just kind of like
Oh my god, I have
pushes
eight. I
him
have
back towards you, and he's like, "I don't need potions."
Make
not
me
going there.
nervous.
You make me nervous.
Which
I can't
event
see.
would you prefer to fire first? The flyover or the gas?
the gas.
Okay. So,
Personally, I would do the gas.
I would like to try to do the distraction first to save you that Gaius spell slot.
But okay.
I mean, there's no.
Gaius
If
is
it
a
works.
is a what level spell?
It's my. I think it's my fifth.
Yeah, 'cause if
My
it
only
works-
fifth. I've already used my sixth.
Yeah, so you might want to do that for something
Yeah,
else.
because there's no really downside. Because like, if he doesn't open it, we go through the spell. If he does, the door opens.
okay.
So it's kind of like playing Magic, and you're wondering whether or not you should do that land drop or draw first. Always draw first.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So let's start with this. Why don't you give me an animal handling check, Colin?
Okay, so just double checking on.
This is, of course, not to see if you can fly, but how well you use your flying to distract the Verbig and fire giants and whatnot.
Yeah, I'm just double checking to make sure that there's not anything that gives me advantage for animal handling. No. Okay, cool. Let's see. Yeah, no. It's only for getting knocked off my mount.
Okay.
Animal handaloo 16.
Okay. All right. So as this happens, Colin moves around from where you are. So when he pops up out of the city, is not to draw attention to your position, and begins to fly quickly at a low speed towards the first fire giant, who at first isn't paying attention. He's just kind of leaning against the wall, bored, and then he sees you fly over, and he.
I feel like because he is the intended Gaius target.
Yeah.
Colin wants to give him a reason to chase after him.
Okay.
Fire giants, I think, are very prideful. They're like the dwarves of the giants. Like if you wrong them, they'll probably hold a grudge. So he's gonna dive bomb this giant and try to claw at his face with Nias, and then fly up. So here he is.
Okay.
Come.
Make an attack roll.
Scratch. Okay. And this will just be on Nias because Nias is the one attacking.
Yeah.
Where's Nias? Okay. I think it'll just be strength. And add +2 to that.
Yeah. So that's definitely going to hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
I think it's like 1d6.
Is it just a claw attack?
Yeah.
And
Things
he
like-
doesn't have a stat line for the claw attack, really. It's just a thing you're doing to try and.
Yeah. So
Okay, then it's a D4 plus strength modifier.
yeah.
Yeah.
For some reason, like it's not in his sheet anymore. I know
Yeah,
it
no
was.
worries. Because we'll just rule it as like a better than normal unarmed attack. Nice, yeah, max max damage 8. you kind of slam against his head. His claws kind of like rake against his face, and there's this, and as you swoop up, you see the four Verbig. He's 2 out of reach to hit you, and the four Verbig look up, and my assumption is you are actually going to fly across the pen, right, in order to make everyone see. Okay.
Yeah. So he's going to make a big spectacle, maybe do like a little flourish. Where's that fire giant in the middle? Is he inside or outside?
He is underneath that covering. Which, as you see it, two things you notice on the way as you're flying over. It's open underneath, right? But it is
It's like a gazebo.
It's like a very tall gazebo. Yeah. There is a youngish looking woman being dragged to it by this fire giant, and you just see them step in as you fly over. And he kind of looks up, but seems to be about his business.
Do I have enough time to swoop and pluck?
Why don't you make me? This is gonna be pretty high DC for a animal handling check.
Okay.
Because you were changing your plan at this point, right?
Yeah, but you see, like, this was before he noticed that this is an easy target. Like, it's one human that Nias could probably pick and pluck. Kind of deal. So, 24.
All right, you get down there and get your claws on this woman. And as you start to pull away, you will need to make a strength check because the animal handling check was to grab, right?
Yeah.
And it's a youngish looking woman who, if you were to look real hard, bears a more than passing resemblance to Sir Lawrence. And as she's being pulled, the fire giant's there right with him, right? Because he's just like dragging her, and you come down to pluck, and then he's got her by the arm, and you've got her by the arm. Oh. So you're going to need to make a contested strength check against, or
would I be able?
Is going to make a contested strength check to pull away.
Would Colin be able to take that check and maybe poke him with his halberd, not to do damage, but maybe to startle him to make him like that as the strength check?
He's aware of what's up, especially after the bellow that he heard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's not in a place to be startled at the moment by being attacked.
Okay. So we will just. You said Nias has to make the strength check?
Yeah, because it's going to be Nias' strength versus that of the dude.
Okay. Strength check. Okay.
Oh.
9.
Okay. There's this kind of ripping noise and a scream as Nias is hanging on for everything, and he's still an animal, and so there's some clawing along her as he's forced to pull away. Now you can choose to further engage at this point, but you're about to take 4 attacks from the Verbigs on the inside. As they chuck well, 3 of them will be able to see you as they chuck javelins at you.
Nice is gonna Colin is gonna dismount. He still has the girl. He's gonna
No, he does not. That is the giant rolled a 23.
Okay, then he's going to still dismount, jump on the giant, and try to release the.
We need initiative at this point.
All right, let's do this. Ugh.
So that did not go as planned. Okay.
Wait,
where are we?
Why is that Nias? Hold on.
I don't. Oh, because I was maybe clicked on Nias, and that's why I don't know. But that was your ballsy gentleman, Colin. You're a ballsy gentleman.
Right.
All right.
We're all doing initiative?
I mean, at this point,
we're in. How? Jesus.
Could we rewind for just a moment, because it was one thing as Colin was like taking off that I had wanted to say to 4.
Oh, what was? Yeah, please. Yeah.
Okay,
so we smash cut. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So as Colin goes off and we're all sort of like starting to go in our direction, Lawrence was going to absolutely invade For's personal space and go to is behind him, go to kind of like grab him on the elbow, because Lawrence is a little bit shorter than Rolf. But like not like forcefully, just like
I love that visual though.
Trying to get your
Rolf
attention.
is just like this high above everybody. What is it?
I just wanted to say to you that I know that you didn't really have to come here, and it means a lot to me that you despite the fact that we've already rescued your people and you could be on your way, that you're still with us, and your bravery is and your devotion to your goddess is inspirational to me, and I just needed you to know that it really means a lot to me, and I hope that you know that, since we're doing this thing for me now, and yes. And that was Lawrence's most awkward attempt at doing an inspiration.
Aww. Can I just take a moment to
It's
appreciate
not
the
on
way
his
you
game
tackle...
right now.
Yeah. Can I just take a moment to appreciate the way that you do inspirations? Many bards are singy bards, or like, I am awesome and you shall hear me roar. And yours are like, you're going to be super great, and I just wanted you to know that, and just be amazing, okay? And that's a very different take on the bard, and I like it. That's all.
Y'all
That's
don't
all
want to
I'm
hear me
saying.
sing.
Friend.
Not happening.
It's just very Sir Lawrence too. Like
Yeah.
as a knight, it seems like something because you're so used to squires. Like, oh, I really appreciate you and you're valuable to this team. And
He's a warrior poet.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's-
Okay. We've put off the
D-
bloodshed long enough.
D8 for 4. That's all I wanted to do.
Okay.
I had intended to do that the whole time, regardless of that.
I fucking wish I had bless, but
Got you.
instead. Oh wait.
Okay.
Hold on.
So-
can I do a quick?
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So here's how this works.
Let's do this.
Here's how this is going to work. The first round, the only people going are the Verbigs, the Fire Giants, and Colin. Because you won't know there's combat until you hear the combat, because you can't see inside the walls. And then on the next round, the rest of you are going to be brought in. Okay?
Well, we hear the scream, right?
You hear him scream, but would you assume that's part of him distracting them? Or would you assume that's part of, oh crap, they're fighting?
I feel like that was the discussion.
He sounds like ah.
But that
Right.
wasn't Colin screaming. That was
No.
oh, did you hear the
Yeah,
scream
it's a
of that
woman.
woman?
Yeah, we heard.
Yeah.
That would be
Well,
yeah.
Okay. Well, why don't we do this? Let's make... No, I don't want to overcomplicate it. It seems to make more sense to me
This is good.
to have it take a moment. Okay, let's start with... because literally everyone inside the camp rolled a 12. Colin, you go first.
Okay, so
And we will put you here. We'll say this encounter happened right
Yeah.
there. Okay.
so he's going to, let's see, Nice is still up in the air. So she's not in Nice's talons. There's not
No. Yeah,
to
no.
work. Okay, then he's just going to move 10
Okay.
to charge attack.
Okay.
Going to aim for the wrist
Okay.
of the one that's holding the chain.
Okay.
His main goal is to make the giant drop the chain and try to get
There's no chain. He is physically holding on to this woman.
That's what I thought. She was being like she was.
No,
she had manacles on.
She does have manacles on.
Like I
but-
thought she was being led by the manacles. That's why I was like, oh, it's a swoop and pluck.
No. Nope.
That's what I saw
Okay.
because she was being led into this.
Oh
as
yeah, I mean
opposed
she
to
was
just
being
getting
led,
caught.
like being dragged into this. No, yeah. Not like
Okay.
chained and yeah.
That's what I saw because I was like, oh, if she's being led, it's obviously going to be on manacle and chain. So, then he's just going to attack the wrist to make him
Okay.
drop.
Okay.
So charge attack. A 27.
You get advantage on a charge attack.
A charge attack is feats. Charger. If you move at least 10 feet in a straight line immediately before taking this bonus action, you either gain a +5 to the attack damage roll or push the target up to 10 feet away from you.
You're not 10 feet away from him, though.
He's right there.
Okay.
He's
So
right there.
He just moves in. 10. Boom.
You that would be overlapping an opposing target, and
Hold
you
on,
can't do
just
that.
bring it
You would
back.
be
There we go. But he's
it's
above.
fine. You can make the charge attack. You will
Yeah.
hit him, but to make the called shot, the DC would be higher than a 22. So you will not hit the wrist, but you'll be able to do damage on the charge attack.
27.
It said for the charge attack, you either get +5 to the damage or you move them. Not that you get advantage, right?
Oh, that's charger. Hold on. Charge attack takes your attack and your movement.
So, but
the
it doesn't confer advantage, is what I'm saying. Right? It either gives you. Am I wrong?
It's been a hot second.
No,
Let
that's
me
okay.
find it. What's the
You're in a dangerous situation. I want to get the rules right. I don't want
Yeah.
to. I don't want to begrudge you, but from when we played before, I don't remember it giving you advantage.
Is it charger? Is that the feat?
Yeah, it only gives me advantage if the creature is smaller than me, which it is not.
It is indeed not.
Oh, I don't know why it keeps showing me gray numbers. I'm taking the one that's in black because that's the
Oh yeah.
black.
So my table rule is you always take the first one. Always take the
Okay.
first roll. If you accidentally roll advantage for some reason, you always just taking the first die. Right?
Okay.
Like
So
always,
I thought
always,
I
yeah.
saw 27. So
Okay. So it's gonna be a 22. You'll be able to do your damage, but it will not hit directly on the wrist because it's called shot.
Okay.
18.
18, and then we'll action surge and get an attack action and do 3 more attacks.
Okay. Crit.
Crit.
Nice.
So that is 7 plus 1
8.
double.
No, it
Or is
should have
it-
doubled the dice for you. Yeah, it was just
Okay.
a super bad roll.
Oh, it's a 1, so I can re-roll that because my.
Oh yeah, go ahead and give it the reroll. It's because you rolled a 4, and then you
Let's
added
see.
your bonus. So.
Yeah, so it.
Oh yeah,
is-
just reroll. Yeah.
because I do have great weapon fighting. Can re-roll 1 or 2s.
Yep. Do it up. Reroll it.
So let me double check on the dice. 1d10.
All right, so it's gonna be 14 instead. Nice.
Okay.
Boink. And then one more attack.
No. Two more attacks. I get 3.
Oh, because you action search. That's right. Yep. 15 is not gonna hit.
15. Okay. And then 23.
Will definitely hit.
7.
7. All right. Cool. Okay. As everyone sees this happening, on the good side, our party outside doesn't have to worry about the door opening because seeing you swoop in, this guy is going to charge and not be able to do anything other than that as he kicks open the door and comes in. And probably shouldn't stand directly on the gazebo. And then the 3 very big who can see you are going to chuck javelin at you. First one, 1, 2, 1 hit
Yeah, 1 hit.
for 10 points of damage.
Okay.
Second one, 1, 2,
Jesus.
1 hit, correct?
Yep.
For 8 points of damage. Last one, 1, 2. 19 doesn't hit, does it?
19 is the hit.
Oh, it
19
is a
the
hit.
threshold.
Okay, sweet.
You have
for
to
8
make or
points-
break 19.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. 8, and then the fire giant's going to swing at you as well, of course, with 2 great sword attacks. First one
Oh.
for 28.
Okay.
Second one for 31.
God. Ugh.
So if you're keeping track at home, that is 26, 46, 54, 85 points of damage. But that's all of them, and we go back to the top of the round. Hearing combat inside. Rolf, what do you do?
Well, I will use my dash action
Yeah.
to go 60 feet, which is here.
So you could have set your like, where would you like? It feels to me logically while you were planning this would be the safest place for you all to be, right? Kind of hiding in between some buildings. So I want to give you the benefit of the doubt on movement, kind of give you the benefit of the doubt on where you were, because this is a dangerous situation. And so put yourselves where you would most logically be at this moment. And don't, like... But remember, you can't run through buildings because they're whole buildings.
Okay. I'm gonna do something.
Crap.
We definitely hear the sound of combat and nihilists squawking and prisoners screaming. Can you tell me, did we ever learn the name of the fire giant that's in charge?
Yes, you did. Please hold.
What's his name?
It's, oh god. The one notes I didn't bring up on my full notes page. Please hold. Here it is. Hephaestus Greymantle, I think. Did I get it right?
Greymantle. Okay.
I literally just made it up.
I like the sound of that. It sounds good.
Yeah.
Eh.
I love
it's
it.
very, I think it's Hephaestus Greymantle.
Here's what I'm gonna do.
Well, if it wasn't, it is now.
It's totally, okay, it is now officially retconned to be Hephaestus Greymantle. Because that's actually a pretty great fire giant name.
Okay. I know what.
Oh no, it was Hephaestus Ironmane, but yeah, okay.
Hephaestus is a good name still.
Yeah.
That's his maiden name.
Yeah.
So I can I get in this building right here with this fire giant?
You can. I'm drawing where doors are,
Okay.
just so you know as we go through this.
This actually works out perfectly. Thanks, Colin.
Okay, there we go.
This is gonna be great. If this spell works, however, so I want to move Rolf
And we'll see a window.
underneath a window somewhere over here, maybe.
Okay, sure.
Peek in and see
Yeah.
the fire giant, and I'm going to cast Chaos.
Nice. It is a wisdom saving throw, correct? On a fire giant? Let's see. They have a +2 wisdom, actually. They're not unwizzy. What is your spell DC?
17.
Doink. Oh, no, yeah. What do you want?
Yes. Yes.
You have such a bad history with Roll20 rolls. I can see you just like.
Okay. I place a magical command on this fire giant,
Yes.
forcing him to carry out a service.
Yes.
Sir Lawrence Andrew Wells. Okay. I'm going to command the fire giant to go inside the prison,
Mm-hmm.
demand that the Wells girls and Bird Boy are to be handed over to him on the word of Greymantle immediately. They are not to be killed.
Is Greymantle inside?
No.
No,
Okay.
of course not.
Unfortunately.
That'd be ridiculous. Throck would never do that.
No, that would be ridiculous, and you would not want to fight him on a half day.
And he is to bring them back to us so that we may leave, and then he is not to say anything about us because Rolf will one day Rolf and his friends will one day Luthik will bless the fire giant's child if he obeys this command, and that is why he's doing this.
Okay.
The duration is 30 days.
It is indeed.
I command him to do this. That is the magical command. Go get the Wells girls, Bird and Boy, so that they may be turned over to Greymantle for an interrogation and torture.
Okay. Okay. But it is not his go, so we'll have to wait on that. From inside the... Oh, Madeline and Lawrence are 25 and 21. I'm sorry. For some reason,
Whoa!
I completely just boffed on your thing there. I didn't even see you. I deeply apologize. Madeline, you may go.
figure out distance on this thing.
It's a big map.
So that door is open, right?
Yes, the door is currently open.
5, 10, 15, 25, 30.
This is the best. It works out so perfectly.
35, 80, 85, 90, 100. 2. All right, so I am going to just rush in there because there are sounds in there that we weren't necessarily expecting. The sounds are staying in that area. I am going to cast Zephyr Strike on myself. That does not provoke attack. Bonus action. My walking speed increases by 30 feet.
Okay, so you'll be at 70
You're power walking?
I am running. I am unnaturally running super fast.
Imagining almost like a Naruto run, but it looks really cool because Madeline's doing it. Yeah.
5, 30, 35, 40, 50, 60, 65, 70, 80, 90 here. 95, 100, 1, 5, 10, 15, 20. So 120 feet is there. You want hell?
I love it. The ranges are so good. Yeah.
So bonus action, I'm just going to get over here and then just get ready. Ready to do what I need to do.
Dunsky. Lawrence.
I had neglected to scooch myself up to where I'm supposed to be.
Please do scooch.
I did already just count out what square I was going to end up at doing a double dealy. And so that's where I went. And
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20. I think you can get 2 more squares than that. As the GM, I'm going to say you can get further. You can get up here.
Okay. I will take that, sure.
Yeah, because I'm giving you all the benefit of the doubt on where you were placed, like closest movement within that like starting area thing.
Okay.
So yeah, don't
Okay. But that said, I can't do anything else, so that's what I got.
All right.
Ready for
Yeah.
next time.
The situation has fundamentally changed. It is Rolf did his thing. Colin, it's you.
All right. So Colin is going to attempt to strike the giant's hand again.
A 19 is just enough to hit. Oh no, not with it. You will hit him, but with a 19 or 14 actually, because you're still rolling with an advantage. I'm sorry. A 14 will just miss.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me just roll normal.
Yeah, there should be a toggle up on the top of your sheet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, I always click it to normal, and then it keeps going to advantage. Yeah. So, 15.
Nope.
18.
Yes.
Okay. 16 points of damage.
16 points of damage. Minus. Okay. And then anything else?
Oh.
Okay. So fire giants. This top one is going to throw. It seems because he sees you trying to like strike at his wrist. He's literally just going to throw her to the other side of the gazebo with his first attack. And that will do some damage to her. And she kind of passes out as she hits the ground over there.
Hold up. Class features. What? Oh, okay. So when she leaves his hand, does she become a friendly?
What is your intent?
Warding maneuver. If you are a creature you can see within 5 feet is hit by an attack, you can roll a d8 reaction and add the number rolled to the creature's AC against the attack if you're wielding a melee weapon or shield. If the attack still hits, the target has resistance against the attack. He's essentially going to try to reduce the damage he takes from being thrown?
I love it. Yeah, I think that is both heroic and appropriate. Please do.
So he goes to throw, and maybe like Colin comes up with the axe part of the halberd and slice into the tendon a little bit, maybe causing him to release it a little bit earlier than he expected, and maybe she falls somewhere that isn't going to kill her.
Yeah, his throw is much weaker, and she kind of skids and rolls across the interior of this gazebo. By the way, it's about 30 feet tall, so it's about the same height as the walls that surround the place. And it is it's a marble sort of like, if you think of like a Roman like or a Greek temple, that sort of construction on the inside with like a marble floor and like the red tiled top. And then the pillars around it. And so she kind of goes rolling across the floor as opposed to like slamming into a pillar and sliding down. And it definitely did less damage.
Yeah. So if you wanted to take the 1d8, it just reduces the damage by 1.
Yeah, go roll the one. Oh, yeah. Okay, cool.
And if she, if the attack still hits, which it does, it just gives her resistance against, I guess, bludgeoning.
Yeah.
So.
And this would be bludgeoning because she was chucked. So
yeah. That was his reaction.
Yep, sweet. And then, oh boy. Oh, I forgot. This guy goes 5, 10. He doesn't know what's going on. 15, 20, 30, 5, 10. He just starts running around this way. 20, 25, 30. But that's all he can do. And then, oh god. All right, Colin. 3 fire giant attacks.
Okay.
32 on the first one. 32 points of damage on the first.
Okay.
And so the third one is going to miss. But the second one does 35 points of
Okay.
So it's 145 so far. 5. And then the 3 Verbeg. And actually, before I do that, this fire giant goes 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 10, 15. Madeline, you see a fire giant come running by you. 20, 25, 30. He seems to ignore you as he comes running in. And he's in giant, he's screaming, wait, stop, wait, stop. But he's not, like, they're in combat, and he needs to come in and interrupt them, so I want him there to do that. So it's going to be 4 spear attacks. 6 spear attacks. Spear 1 and 2. Both miss. Spear 3 and 4. Both hit. 14 and 16.
Okay.
Are you still up?
He's diverting it to Nias.
Okay.
But essentially, yes. 14 and 16?
Mm-hmm. Spears 5 and 6. Spear 5 will miss, 6 will hit. For an additional 8 points of damage.
Okay.
Okay, so that's all of them. Madeline and Colin both now hear clamoring from inside these buildings, which appear to all be locked. As if they're being used as airsat cells. Eliwick.
All right, so for my whole move, it's a dash action to use move twice your speed in 1 turn, correct? But
Indeed.
then I can't make any other attacks. That's all my action.
Yes.
Correct?
If you have a bonus action, you can still do a bonus action.
I'm a scorpion. Scorpions don't have bonus actions. They just or pincers. All right. So, and that fire giant is right there, correct?
Yeah.
Shit, that's In that case,
Yeah, you can make it up to here.
yeah, I was about to say, but I'm not sure if I just want to. Oh, is that the giant that's
Yeah, I'm
Under
actually gonna
Gaius?
put a little marker on him that makes him. He's Mr.
Perfect,
Friendly
okay.
Giant. Oh,
The
look, I
friend.
love you. I've got a little heart.
He loves us. He's not compelled at all. He just
Yep.
loves us.
All right, 40. So since my movement speed is 40 feet as...
Oh, is it? So yeah,
Yep.
you can make it up right here.
All right, so this is going to be my first. Right there, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then for my second, because I'm hearing stuff. Okay, so 20.
Oh, no. So you were
Can I
here,
not get
right?
past-
5, 10, 15,
Yes.
20, 25, 30, 35, 40 would be here.
Yes. Yes.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 would put you here. Because remember, you still have to move through the buildings between them.
Yes. What I was thinking is because my first 40 was here. If I can go, so that's what, 25, 30, right? Right
Yeah.
here. All right. And then to get through here, I wouldn't be able to, is the whole doorway blocked right now?
Yeah, you cannot stop on a friendly square, and anywhere you move would stop you on a friendly square.
Okay. So yeah, I'm just going to move right here then, and that's going to be my action.
Okay. And then Nias, but Nias doesn't have an independent action right now. Madeline.
On our friend here, is there a... Can I see any sort of key on him?
A key?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, make a quick perception check.
All right. Just 1 second there. 'Cause if they're stuck, it's gonna do us no good.
Yes, he has.
Okay.
You notice it kind of sitting under a flap of chainmail right up on his waist, so you'd actually have to kind of like kip up on like his calf to grab it, because it's kind of above your natural reach. But there is a ring of keys.
I'm gonna try and nab those keys.
Okay.
Was that sleight of hand?
Yeah, it's fine. Technically, he's friendly, so you can just take him off his belt.
Yay!
Yeah, screw it. Technically,
Alright.
he's friendly, so you can just take him off his belt. Boink.
So I am going to... She's still... The woman that was thrown, she's still up, right? She's
Yes.
conscious.
She seems to be kind of out of it, but yes.
Okay, I am going to use my movement. I still have the
Zephyr Strike.
Zephyr Strike, so I should hopefully get... I think that gets me...
The 60 would be... You add
Wait,
30
no,
to your
no.
movement? Is that correct?
Okay. I'm going to use my bonus. You know what? I'll use my... If not, I'm going to use my bonus action, so...
I think you add 30 to your
30,
movement with Zephyr
35.
Strike, then. So.
Yep, 60. Yep, that's...
Yeah,
that's...
so if 60 is perfect, that's right there.
Okay, I look at her and just... I
She's
had these
beat up.
Yeah.
She's wearing
She
kind of
can-
a simple brown frock, simple brown pants, kind of sandals almost. Sir Lawrence, what's your hair color?
I actually just typed that information into chat.
Ooh.
Oh, did you?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice.
I said that if she is definitely the sister character, then she looks vaguely like Sir Lawrence, only she is blonde instead of red-haired, like he is.
Blonde haired, matted, dirty. Looks like she hasn't. She's got these deep black circles under her eyes.
All right, she's going to look at her and just say, "We're with Sir Lawrence Andrew Wells.
Huh?
We're here to get all these people out. Here are the keys. We'll cover an escape."
She is
through the gate.
hurt, and probably not the one to be doing that. When you look at her, she's beat up. It looks
Yeah.
like she's been through some stuff.
All right, so I'll just say, "I'll help you up. We need to get these people out." And then she will she's gonna get rid of the concentration on her Zephyr
The
Strike,
Zephyr.
and
Yep.
and she is just going to just say some words in Elvish.
Yep.
Over the bow, and she's gonna cast Fog Cloud.
Okay. What's the radius on Fog Cloud?
The radius for Fog Cloud is, let me just double check. I just had that like a second ago. There we go. It is 20-foot radius.
Okay. So I'm gonna. So it's like there.
Yep.
Ish. Okay. Fog clouded.
Okay.
Cool.
And then that's my action. And then I might take my bonus action to Can I help her walk?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, we're gonna go. I'm gonna start getting the process of unlocking these doors.
All right, so it'll be the rest of your go to get over there because you're taking her with you.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'll keep her. I'll keep her around me.
Okay.
And that'll be my turn.
Larry.
Larry is rushing 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Oh, okay. And then another 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay. Lawrence is hanging out next to Charmed Giant. And Eliwick is right behind him, correct?
Yeah.
Or beside him, yeah.
Does Eliwick look hurt? Oh no, Eliwick is a...
I'm a scorpion and I haven't taken anything, but since you're beside me now, the big is kind of trying to give you a like friendly, encouraging, like not quite a nuzzle, but like a you got this. But as a giant scorpion, she doesn't really know how to, so it's just really icky and weird instead. Like, I'm a giant scorpion. She's trying her best to be like, we got this, go team. Probably not having the effect that she desired.
Which is equally off-putting because as you run up that way and look up, you see your mother right there.
Yep.
Oh,
I'm ignoring. Yep, I'm done. That's it for me.
Okay. Rolf.
And by now, I know that the last thing I had done right before the episode ended last time was cast heroism on myself.
Heroism, indeed.
And I think that, because it only lasts a minute, is gone now, right?
I like the narrative effect of you having heroism cast on yourself. I think that is more important than the total duration.
Yeah, so he's willfully ignoring, and that's it.
Okay.
as with last time, I tried to roll insight, and as last time I got a -1. I noticed shit.
Yeah. Like, Lauren seems to be doing really great right now. This is focused. I like it.
Lawrence
So
is
in the zone.
magically juicing himself up to get through this.
Man.
Okay.
We're good.
Rolf.
We're good.
I use my dash action to move over here. That is my turn.
Rupgar! Colin.
Colin.
Ugh.
Colin's a hothead. He's going to go in. Specifically spit blood at the one in front of him that threw the girl.
Oh!
And 24.
100%. Every day of the week.
10.
All right. Just.
14.
Nice.
28. 10.
10. Good. He's starting to look really bloodied. You have fucked him up. And it is also anything else.
Does he notice Madeline going around?
You notice the
gathering all-
fog cloud. You definitely notice someone ran up. What's your passive perception?
Passive perception.
Yeah.
He's like 15. Would he be able to catch her running towards the gazebo? Maybe not.
Yeah,
doing
that's what I'm
she-
trying to figure out. Like, because, of course, you've got two giants lumbering over you. You're focused on combat. And I feel like with a passive perception 15, you see someone, like, at twice the normal speed of a human go, funk, and then there's fog cloud.
Okay, so he knows that it's one of his teammates.
Yep.
And he looks at the bloodied one, and he's like, he spits. We can go all day.
Right! And then
He
it
says it
is...
in giant with other expletives
Okay.
that insult his mother.
So what I'm going to do is this fire giant's going to run in. Like, so I'm interested in how the group thinks this would happen as well, because this is a pivotal moment in Colin's possible life and or death. This fire giant's going to run in and yell stuff, right? Technically, that happens simultaneously to these two fire giants attacking. In my brain, those things happen at the same time. That is the most logical way that happens. Agree, disagree?
You're not wrong.
Repeat.
Okay. So the 3 fire giants go at the same time,
Yeah.
right? So in my brain, these 2 were beating on you as this one runs in and said that stuff. Right?
Okay.
If we're all that, because it matters, right?
It does.
They're in fight mode at this point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So what were the two?
I think it depends on.
what are
I
the
think it
options?
depends on who listens first. Because if this guy comes in and starts talking in the midst of their battle, I mean, all Colin really did was to spit in these guys' face.
You also bloodied this one.
Yeah.
He's fucking one of them up
Yeah.
super hard. Yeah, he's just.
I think it depends on maybe a role from this giant. Like honestly, it sounds like he needs to either intimidate them or persuade them.
I think that sounds like a totally fair role.
Okay.
So let's do that. They don't have either of those skills, and it would be a charisma-based role. So he's gonna come in and go, "Wait, stop! I have orders from the boss."
Oh, come on, guys!
And he rolls a 4. Okay.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
nuts!
The other 2 fire giants are going to strike on Colin.
Okay.
Little do we know that they posted him out there because they didn't like him.
First fire giant makes 2 attacks. 1 will hit for 28 damage.
They'll knock both Colin and Nias down because Colin has 7 HP and Nias has 2.
I'm thinking. So you are both down.
We are both down.
Okay. Okay. The second one will.
Do
Thinking
what you
about
like. What would the giant realistically do?
I mean, honestly, I know what.
Maybe.
I have a hard time doing it.
No.
Okay,
maybe-
you know what?
yeah.
Here
Yeah.
it is. Here it is.
Yeah.
Odds he doesn't. Well, no. We'll do a 1d2, best 2 out of 3. Okay.
Okay. I think
Heads,
that's fair.
He
Yeah.
does. Tails, he doesn't.
Yes.
So
Tails.
So just
two
so
is-
everyone knows, Sean is a narrative storyteller and took on a Grimdark game. I run another Grimdark game where I just killed a character, and it's hard for me sometimes when we get this close to a death. And I want to make it fair, and I want to feel like people had a fighting chance. But if death comes, it should come. And I feel like, yeah, there's some combat psychology involved here because this fog cloud just popped up. Obviously, you didn't do it, and they have an intelligence above, 8. So they know something else is going on. So I think the way you have to say it, the way that you said it is probably fair. Does he realize that something else is happening? Or does he give into his combat lust and no, roar?
yeah.
So yeah.
This human and this griffin are down in front of him. So we'll do a 1d2.
Yeah.
1s he attacks. 2 he doesn't. 2 out of. So here's the first one.
Once he attacks.
He attacks.
Okay. He will strike at Colin twice, forcing Colin to fail for death saves, killing Colin. As he just slam. And do you have a heroic thing you would like to say before Colin dies? Somehow the camera's got messed up. So you think of your.
Yeah. That girl really looked like Lawrence.
Oh.
Okay.
All right, so let me just go through my Rolodex. I got one right here.
What's great is we're in a perfect place to find a replacement if you don't get resurrected. Oh wait, you have a DNR.
DNR. I feel like in
Oh my
any-
fucking god! God.
There's not
In
much
any
left.
world that has revivify as an option, I feel like somewhere they make you sign. Would you like to be revivified? Colin doesn't fuck with magic.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it has been Colin's rule to not fuck with magic. However, Nias may remain in the game if he makes his death saving throws, which we will do on his initiative. So seeing you go down, sees fog, realizes you're here, and will chuck 2 javelins at you.
All right,
okay?
they have disadvantage. At least the first one does. Let's see how they.
So he would not be in the fog, I don't cast it.
No, I mean as far as I have the cloak of
Oh, you've got the cloak of displacement. Okay, so first one's gonna have disadvantage.
Mhm. What is my AC?
This is with disadvantage. I got a
Okay.
13, which is definitely lower than your AC. And then second attack is a 24.
With disadvantage as well.
Oh, the second attack. Oh, the first attack
Until
of
it
each round.
hits me. Until I get
yeah.
hit. Yeah.
Okay, so that is a 24 and a 23, so it will hit, and we'll take the initial damage, which was 12.
Okay, I will use my reaction to have that too.
Okay.
So it's 6.
Okay.
Okay. Shoot.
You've
okay.
unlocked this door, and this commoner comes out and goes, thank you. It's kind of an older, gray-haired gentleman with his hair
Okay.
pulled
I'm
back
like-
in a ponytail.
I just got hit. It's like go, front gate.
He starts running. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
All right, I have to make so what's the for a concentration it's a 10, right? Or at this point.
For how much damage was done?
There was 6.
You roll a d10 and don't roll less than a 10.
Okay, so and then it's Constitution save, right?
I'm sorry, roll a d20. You make a Constitution save. Don't roll
Okay.
less than a 10.
Oh god, thank God.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, still up.
Eliwick. So at the moment, no one can actually see that Colin went down.
No, I don't think
wanna
the
put
fog
that
cloud's in
out
the
there.
way.
You've
Yeah.
got the fog cloud in the way. There are 3 giants in the way of the rest of you. So I would ask you to roleplay, keeping in mind
Yeah,
the battlefield conditions. That's all.
Okay.
I have a job here. Oh,
Fuck.
Gee.
Okay. Sorry, I need to take myself. Okay.
hmm.
So there's a fog cloud, but I'm guessing Ellie can kind of figure out where the majority of the giants are.
Yes, you can.
giants.
From where you are, you easily see 2 of them. One
Okay.
of them, they're large, and it doesn't make you blind. It just makes it
Yeah.
hard to see.
Okay.
Is obviously underneath the thingy. But
Yeah.
this dude is your friend, and he's telling them to stop fighting.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out the closest I can get because this one's friendly. I'm probably just gonna go over here by the big guy. Right here. And at this point,
Okay.
when Ellie Wicks moves there,
Yep.
is she able to see what's going on, or is it still too foggy?
Make a perception check. You will be looking through the fog from there.
Okay.
Battlefield confusion.
15.
A 15's good. 15 seems right. What you notice is they're not fighting anything. That is what you notice, right? They seem to have
Okay.
stopped hitting something. Can I get a death save for Nice?
Yeah. Um, Death save.
Failed 1 of 3.
Okay.
Okay. Madeline, top of the round.
All right, decisions. I'm gonna just look at her in the eyes like, can you make it to the gate?
Let's see. She will look up at you and yeah.
Make a run for it. I'll get the rest out.
Okay. She's moving slower, so she's only moving 30 on a dash. You notice she has a limp to her as well.
Okay, yeah.
5, 10. Oops, sorry, I'm gonna move you real quick. I'll move you right back. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Lawrence, coming limping around the corner, you see your sister. And it's your go.
All right. I'm also going to unlock this. I'm going to use my action to unlock this
Okay.
up here, and then I'll make a stealth check. And that will be my turn once I make that stealth check. All right. Where's my sheet? There it is.
Stealth check, indeed.
And I'll give them the same direction, like East Gate. East Gate's open. Make a run for it now.
Okay. They
Actually-
look emaciated, like they have
Okay.
not been fed properly.
Okay.
But we'll start running in this direction as well. Kind of freaks out that there's a giant scorpion there and starts running in this direction a little bit for now.
Giant scorpion.
No.
I just now see the giant scorpion. It's like, oh. Yeah, just now. The giant scorpion.
Rolf.
Okay. So I see the young woman right here, yes?
Yes, that is the this is Larissa. This is the second person you unlocked. That is correct. Okay. Yeah.
So
Yes, I think you're skipping me.
Oh God! How did I skip you? I totally skipped you because I'm terrible. I'm terrible.
You're like, it's
I'm
my
sorry.
turn, and then-
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I did. I said Laura. Yeah, Lawrence, you see
So
Larissa
okay, yeah.
running towards you.
So the positioning of this is very important. My mother is on this gate that I'm right in front of, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so then what's gonna happen is Lawrence is gonna look up, see her, rush in to stop her from crossing that threshold to see what's on the other side.
Lawrence.
Oh, now I have to role play after that Colin stuff.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
gosh.
Just a moment. We're in combat rounds, but
Yeah.
Lawrence,
No.
what do you say when you first see your sister for the first time in 3 years?
That's a real good question there, Throck. I feel emotionally dead right now.
Oh no!
You don't have to say anything.
what do you say with your eyes?
Yeah.
Okay, Lawrence is going to rush over and kind of, without really saying much of anything, kind of grab her, take a little brief glance at what's going on inside, and then because he's bigger than her, so kind of do like the grab and cover, and then just try to rush her out so that she can't see
Okay.
the mother, and then go and tuck her behind the nearest building.
Okay. That can be done in total in a dash. However you
Yeah,
like.
okay. So just up here.
Okay.
I can't move her, but her
Yeah, yeah.
with him.
You stash
And
her in this
then-
building.
Yes, as a bonus action, cast Healing Word,
Healed.
which I can do.
Deeply malnourished. Very tired. But
Yes,
healed.
well, you know. Why won't you go? Oh, because it's over here. Oh, I don't have any of those levels left anymore. Cool.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then just with the tiny amount of time utterance I have left, stay here, stay quiet, don't move, don't look around.
Okay. Okay.
Although with accent, of course, because I'm
Yes,
too-
yes,
I'm
yes, yes.
really good at this right now. Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
Roll.
Rolf peeks out. Things seem to be going smoother than he expected. He gives a thumbs up to Lawrence and says, "All right, follow Luthic's word this way. Except you don't move." And I cast Hold Person.
Bong! It's a wisdom save?
Yes, on their thing. They need a wisdom save, and it needs to be 17.
Rolled a 20. Okay.
You heathen!
Okay.
That's like,
Anything? Are you
I'm
moving?
gonna move over with Lawrence.
Okay.
Like,
Cool.
Who's this?
Oh,
You can't tell the difference.
I can't react, I don't think. Okay.
Okay.
So the fire giants, and this guy again goes, "Look, you fools! I said to stop!" And we'll make another thingy. And we'll do charisma. Yeah.
Oh, come on.
And that is a 12. They start to hesitate, and they start to like look around and survey the area. Their beg still seem to be engaged. But the fire giants, listening to their buddy who was watching the gate, are now wondering what the fuck is going on a little bit. Okay. Yeah. But this Verbeg is going to chuck javelin there. This Verbeg is going to chuck javelin there, and these two are going to chuck at Madeline. Those are the only available targets at the moment. So
I am hidden from them.
Oh, you are indeed hidden. So they chuck javelin at no one, and instead have to move up this way, and it will take their full move to get over here to try and see beyond whatever the crap's going on. And they'll come up here, and that's all they can do this turn. But then two of the Verbeg will chuck at Eliwick. Spear.
Bring it.
That's a crit. Second spear
That definitely hits.
is a 22. So first
Yeah,
spear is going to be 21 points of damage.
Okay.
Second spear is going to be 6 points of damage.
Okay, so sorry. For
That's
some reason
okay.
this is coming up. So I got 20 what?
27 from the first Verbeg.
Minus 27. Okay, and then how many from the second?
We're about to
6?
find out. I got a 19 and a 23. Did both of those hit?
Yes.
Okay, so spear 1 does 6, spear 2 does 14, so another 20, so a total of 47 points of damage.
Okay. Yeah, my scorpion's at 5 hit points, but that's okay.
Okay. Can I get a death save for Nias, please? Oh, and Eliwick, I'm sorry, it is your go first.
Oh shit. All right. I just got hit.
You did.
So I'm going to kind of start scuttling over here. I don't know. At this point, because the giants have stopped, has the fog cleared at all?
No.
No. Does it still look like they're kind of standing next to nothing?
They've kind of, it looks like, well, now that you move to there and you've kind of got a gap, you see two forms through the mist laying on the ground between them.
Yeah, at that, it's kind of, because Eliwick is a medical professional, so she knows kind of what that means. So she's going to stop there and kind of go closer just to see if it's who she thinks it is.
It is.
Okay,
Laying in a bloody crumpled heap together, Colin's arm over Nias's neck, as if he's holding him one last time.
I'm still
They're
in
both
scorpion form, so I can't, like, Ellie has this, like, sound that she wants to make, but all it comes out is just kind of a as she rushes up between these two, basically as close as she can to.
That is as close as you can get.
Yeah, and I'm not close enough to reach Colin or Nias, but
A healing word would reach one of the two, but a cure would not.
oh yeah, as a bonus, I'm definitely going to do healing word because
On which one?
Colin at this point.
Okay.
She doesn't know anything.
She does not.
Definitely Colin, and she would probably cast that at level 3. Which it's not really
you
better.
reach out with your mind to attempt to mend the wounds, and you know, being a practitioner of the natural arts, that this is done through connecting life essence to life essence. And as you attempt to reach out and spend some of your energy, mend the wounds of this man who recently decided to call you commander, the energy touches nothing. There is no life force.
Yeah, at that, I'm just going to start attacking whoever's closest. I think probably this guy with my 5 HP that I have left.
You're going to attack.
Have they attacked the fire giants? Like, or are
You
they just
speak
standing
giant,
close?
right?
I'm a scorpion right now. I can't speak shit.
You still understand. You have all the
Understand.
mental things
Yes.
that you have.
Yeah.
Okay. You heard your buddy go stop, and then while the Verbig attacked, you were close enough to notice that the two fire giants kind of go, what's up?
Okay. So in that case, now I'm just kind of standing prepared to get in the way in case they try to attack either Nias or mess with Colin again. Because I
Okay.
know I'm not going to be able to stand up to a fire giant. Okay.
And Nias failed his second death save. Maddie.
Maddie's gonna continue. She has no idea. She can hear the giants, so
I will say, it does sound like there's not as much combat happening on the other side of the fog cloud.
yeah. She does not want to leave these people. And she's gonna continue unlocking.
Okay. Okay.
How's this one look?
They're all essentially going to look as if they have not been fed since they were rounded up.
Yeah.
They've probably been starving for the last week.
Yeah, I'll give them the same direction. Go along till the easternmost house.
Okay.
Lie low, and then when you can, just sprint for the gate.
Okay. And on his go, he will do that. That is,
Okay.
he's kind of a younger man. Kind of a darkish cast to the features. Kind of wobbly. Anything else?
I'm gonna hide. Yeah. Let me just check something. Oops. That's I don't see anything yet. Shoot.
You can see, and I gave this to Ellie as she got close, through because you can see through the fog. Obviously, these have stopped fighting, and there is a strangely formed, motionless lump standing in between them.
Shit, I'm gonna get closer.
Okay.
Over here. I can see that.
And then you see them, definitely.
Oh. Yeah, she just sits there for a while, just looks at it, and just like, he looks dead, right?
Yes. We don't have to go heavy into the gore, but
yeah, no, but like
I've
seen when a fire giant does to somebody.
It's a mess.
It's a mess.
Okay. Anything else, Maddie?
And I make my hide check. She's seen a lot of this.
Yeah.
And she can't stop every time something like this happens. Like, they have to do what they have to do.
Yeah.
If he was still alive, maybe, but he's been dead. Okay. All right, that's it.
Okay.
It's probably not enough, but
Sir Lawrence.
Okay, just as a note, because heroism is concentration, that's gone now after I healed my sister. And Lawrence saw that that Rolf arrived, and sorry, I'm having a day. And sees that nobody else is there, so Lawrence is going to rush it back in.
Okay. Rush on in.
I'll
What do I see once I
like you did. Can I grab your elbow
Sure. I'll move my token back for half a second.
and Rolf will say, "What are you doing?" Don't we have what we came for?
I still have to go get my mother.
Okay.
In actuality, Lawrence wants to go make sure everyone else.
You're
is...
lying though.
Yeah, but do
Yeah.
you know that?
No, Rolf doesn't know that. And
Yeah.
he says, "Oh God, fine. I'll support you from here. Get in and out."
So my regular movement gets me back to the door. What do I
Indeed.
see fog cloud wise once I get to that point?
So what you see is a scorpion tail poking out of the fog cloud here, and the rest of the shape kind of misty. You are here now, essentially. And then you see two fire giants, and what's your passive perception?
14.
No, they're kind of moving around a little bit, and so there's some obscured figure between their legs, but they're fucking giants. They're huge. And so it is hard to make out what it is.
Okay, so all I can do is get all the way up to this spot right here near Heart Giant, and then yell out, "Miss Ellie, Lady Madeline, come on!" And that's it.
Okay. Rolf?
I turn to this, not Lawrence, but almost Lawrence. "Don't you fucking move.
Okay.
Disrupt
Okay. Who are you? I'm trying to get in a voice that sounds kind of like Sir Lawrence, except a little bit more not
Oh, it's
Lawrence.
fine. So Lawrence hasn't had a consistent accent this entire episode.
Excellent. All right.
I'm a Honden.
Okay,
better
you're an
shut
orc.
up!
Okay, I'll shut up. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
Now for the rest of you, lumpy sacks of chucking javelins. And I'll cast Hold Person at level 4, so I can get both of them.
Do it.
Oh wait,
do
no,
it.
level 3.
Do it.
I-
Two wisdom
I-
saving
I-
throws.
I did it. They have to make 2 saving throws.
Yeah. Left one. Rolls a 19. Right one. Rolls a 14. Right one's held.
Okay, right one is held. He can't do anything.
Boop. Okay. Fire giants. I'm gonna do a thing. Whoa, very big. Stop it. And this one looks like he's going to chuck a javelin, and he's just going to come over and fucking smack him.
Oh!
Yes.
Because you gave him a specific order, and these are his allies, so for a couple rounds he'll yell at them, and then he will enforce discipline. And so he goes, with the, flat of his sword, he just goes, whack, up on the parapet. Well, it's kind of down to him on the parapet. And he stops, and the others just kind of stop and look. And as a quiet goes over the battlefield, we're going to take our first break.
I need to hydrate. I need to hydrate so bad.
I need it.
Get your vitamin D.
All right, team, we will be back in just a moment with the second half of tonight's episode of The Liberation of Geoff. We return to our adventurers at the end of a short but brutal combat, wherein one of our party members has fallen. And yet, thanks to the work of Rolf Holmden and Madeline and Eliwick and Sir Lawrence, the rest of the captives here are going to be able to be taken away to the headquarters of Hephaestus Greymantle on the orders of Hephaestus Greymantle, thanks to the Geoff cast by Sir Rolf. And so we meet our party now in the aftermath of this rescue, as this fire giant will step up and go, "We will hold and let these servants of our master do their work." And it now, as the fog clears, it is plain for all to see. Can I get one more death save from Nias, please?
Yep.
Oh.
Shwoop, boop, 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 boop. Shwoop.
And just as the battle ends, Nias rests his head on the chest of Colin,
Oh my!
closes his eyes one last time, unless someone chooses to use Revivify on him, but closes his eyes one last time, and breathes no more.
All right, Eliwick is going to, as gently as she can, pick up Colin's body with one of the claws.
Mhm.
Kind of try to. I'm trying to think either keep holding him like that, or if there's some way to like set him on her back or something. Try to carry him out of this hold.
You could absolutely, and we don't need to narrate that on the map at this point.
Mm-hmm.
We can be narrative at this point. So coming out, you are able to get Colin on your back. Are you know that there's a DNR for Colin, but you are also someone who can cast Revivify. You don't know that there's a DNR for Nias, because I don't think there is one. So you have within you the power, should you so choose, to fix some part of this.
So here's the thing. Abby did not prepare Revivify. I don't have it, but also at the same time, I know Colin didn't want it. And also, as a healer, as somebody who's worked in medicine and seen death and people's reactions to death,
Sorry.
I feel that's fine. I feel like Ellie has seen some of the effects that Revivify, the good and the terrible, especially I'm feeling for someone like, or a creature like Nias, whose whole life was basically with Colin. Ellie is just gonna, she's not gonna.
Okay.
Cannibalize the bodies.
Shut up.
We'll have a feast in his honor. I don't say that. I don't even know this is happening.
You are able to collect the rest of these rebel leaders, one of whom should describe himself for us.
What do we have? Like, what do we have on us?
At the moment, you're wearing a simple brown sack top, pants, and sandals that they gave you.
I feel like they would maybe give him a stick, because he walks with a limp as an act kind of deal, just to have something with him though.
Okay,
So-
that's fine. Yeah, narratively, I don't see an issue with it.
So it's just a stick. It's like Morgan from Walking Dead. It's just like a broom handle.
Yeah.
So he is tall. He has olive skin, long, like about maybe shoulder length black hair. It's streaked with a little bit of gray. He has a beard that's streaked with gray. In his hair, there are beads and various other knickknacks woven into his hair. the most piercing feature about his eye is his appearance is his golden eyes. The iris is very it's exotic. You know that this is not normal for somebody born in Geoff, but he has these just golden irises. And who's the one who collects them first?
Yeah, Maddie is opening all the doors.
Yep.
Ooh, man, I thought I was going to be in there for a while.
Are you all right? Can you move? We're getting out of here. I can help you out if we need to. Well,
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Come on.
Could you
Come on.
carry me?
I can
I'm
brace
just
you. Nah.
I'm not gonna make you carry me. You're a good kid. All right. Let's get
Let's
out.
go.
All right. You were able to move off and collect the team, including Larissa, in a medium-sized empty 2-story house about 4 blocks away. None of the guards are the wiser.
Ellie immediately turns back into herself and very silently, with tears silently kind of streaming down her face, is just gonna close both Colin's eyes and Nias's eyes and then go outside. And I'm not sure if I should start digging or if we should burn the bodies. Would I know of, because I know we discussed your potential death, would Ellie know any, like, I feel like Colin could care less, to be totally honest.
You wouldn't know because he never shared it
Okay.
with you.
Well, never mind.
But like, if you know anything about the Griffin Riders, you know that they take the body to the highest peak of the nearest mountain and they bury their dead in a shawl, just kind of like Torin from WoW. They have elevated burial.
Yeah.
Would that be a history or just a...
I'm going to give it to you. Just
Okay,
you
I like
can
that.
know it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. So she's just kind of gonna sit next to the bodies and have her moment.
Okay. Sir Lawrence, Larissa comes up and as you're all standing around Colin's corpse, will take you by the hand. She'll just hold your hand silently.
Yeah, so, Lawrence had rushed back in to, get everybody else back out because the last thing that he would have wanted was anybody to have fucking fallen in there on his own personal stuff. So I imagine, he sees everyone come out, and then he sees Colin and is just staring in shocked silence. And then when Larissa comes up and grabs his hand, then he'll kind of snap out of it a little.
Okay.
And then sort of turn to look at her, look at her, because everything else was just so fast. And then I think that he will just sort of reach up and grab her face in his hands. And then just start crying.
And at first she just looks at you, her eyes almost dead. You see that she has been through some horrors. But after a moment, a single tear will roll down her cheek.
Then he'll just grab her by the head and just hug, cry. Liliana made it out. She's safe.
No, she's not.
That's not the name of my mother. Liliana is our
Oh,
older
I'm sorry.
sister.
That was. Yeah.
Okay.
You're right. Oh, good.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. My fault. Oh,
That's fine.
good.
We're not alone.
Good.
You're not alone.
Good.
We're going to get out of here.
I'm so tired.
I'm gonna cast healing word again, just cause I'm freaking out.
Boom.
Actually, if there's a mass amount of humans, I've got
Good berries.
no, I do not have good berries.
You did
But-
not take good berry.
Of course I didn't take good berries. I've got mass cure wounds. Why would I have
Everybody
berries?
take a health point.
Because good berries fill you up. They're lumbus bread of the D&D world.
Indeed. Where are you here to rescue us?
Yeah, buddy takes 15 healing.
Awesome.
I thought I fixed it, but my healing word is still wrong. That should be 5. Because it's not counting for the +4.
It is not counting for the +4. That is weird.
Yeah.
Well, there's
I
a
tried
plus
to fix it
nan
last
in
time.
there, so something. Okay, I'll take a look at it.
Something's busted. I'll fix it.
But Larissa will look up at you and go, "Oh, how are you here?"
Through a lot of bravery of other people.
She has gashes on her, doesn't she? From the talon marks.
She does. She has not anymore. Between the
I just
mass
healed
healing
it,
and all
it's
that.
fine. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's all healed up. But okay, where do we go? What do we do?
Need to get you back to Daniel.
Daniel's still alive. They didn't get him.
No. You told me a
good.
lot about your bravery.
We're all doing what we can.
Well, you don't have to do it alone anymore.
Now she starts to cry. And she just buries her head in her chest.
All right, so I'm just like hug, looking around to see how everyone else is.
Yeah, you just kind of see like Maddie kind of like watching you. Not you kind of catch her. You kind of catch her looking like in the corner of your eye, and she has a really weird expression, but she's kind of like withdrawn and just kind of like leaning against the window, just kind of like she's kind of like in her own head at this moment. But she kind of gives you what's happening with you two, kind of a odd look. And just goes back.
Kane can.
Is that enough information to go on that Lawrence could take a mental stab at what's going on inside her head?
Yeah, it's.
Are we doing this all around the giants, or are we?
Oh no, you have.
We're
the-
hidden in a building.
moved
Yeah.
away.
Okay.
Yeah, the assumption was you all scurried off together and got somewhere a little bit safer. You're in this kind of abandoned 2-story house right now.
I think she said before that like you can kind of maybe figure out something that maybe like she's definitely said that she's the only one of her family that got out of Hotchlove alive. And so it's kind of like a mix of a little bit of really like she's happy for you, but it's kind of weird, kind of like it's hard for her to see someone kind of like reunite like that.
It's
Yeah.
bittersweet, yeah.
Yeah.
Kane
Lawrence is just feeling so much
Yeah.
just from everything. Your eyes, Colin,
Yeah.
just like he does not deserve this moment. Doesn't know how to deal with it right now.
Kane knows how to read a room very well. He just kind of goes up to Colin and he kneels down and places a hand on Colin's chin.
Before he does that, Eliwick, who has been kind of sitting hunched over, like crying, when he tries to reach out, I kind of grab his hand and look up at him sharply. Tears. What do you plan on doing?
He you grab his hand, but he kind of reverses it and is holding your hand. And he looks sympathetic.
At this, Ellie's gonna start crying more.
Do not worry, small one. He is in the Hall of Heroes. I saw what he did from my cage, and the way he acted was most heroically.
Yeah, still crying as she kind of gives your hand a squeeze and closes her eyes and kind of just hunches over a little bit more, just kind of.
And then he kind of like bows his head and he starts speaking in Dwarvish. He says kind of like a blessing over the body. And then he stands up, leans on his staff. Well, I do thank you for helping me, springing me from my cage, but I have to go pick up something that I stashed somewhere close by. And he just starts making his way towards the door.
Rolf is outside the door.
Ah. Tusked one.
What the fuck did you call me?
How do common orc? Yes?
Look at that! That's much better!
Sorry, and he says the Dwarvish term for tusked one. Sorry.
Okay, now, was that a slur?
No. It is my word for orc.
I see. What are you gonna call me, orc? For the rest of our short acquaintance, or are you gonna ask my actual name?
Well, I would love it if you are willing to give it.
Where are you off to in a hurry?
I am going to find something that is both a blessing and a curse, but I stashed it somewhere nearby.
You're a man, right?
Yes, I am a man.
Just wanted to check, because blessings and curses are usually babies!
Well, I probably have a couple of those running around, but I don't know any, personally.
That's rude of you.
Not my choice.
I'm gonna ask Luthik about you. And if the mother of orcs has anything to say about it, I'll come find you.
Very well. And if you could ask Luthik if she knows where my children are, I'd happily support them. Let her know that as well.
So you say, and I will tell her so.
So I say, and my word is my bond.
What are you doing here? Why were you locked up? What is this nonsense you're speaking?
And he like flourishes and he twirls his quarterstaff. My name is Cain Abelson, and I am one of the leaders of the rebellion.
Well, fancy job you've done.
Indeed, one could say that we failed miserably. But I like to say that we were placed right where we needed to be.
I disagree.
And that is your right.
No, it is not my right. It is proof. The proof is in there. In this building sits a man. He was in the right place, unlike you. You were in a cell. I was in your position, and I escaped. I did so for my clan, and they're now free.
I gave myself up so others might live and escape.
You're abhorrent.
No, I'm Cain.
Mm.
Well,
Go and retrieve your precious item.
I like to think that Rolf is standing next to like a pile of barrels, and Cain just reaches in and he pulls out this sword-shaped shape that is covered in bandages and chains. Looks like it is like mummified, but also the chains have little etchings on them, like little engravings of like runes and stuff. Here it is. Look at that. You helped me.
Or is that a jump rope?
No, this is the curse.
And we'll cut. Oh, go ahead.
He takes it and he places it on his back, and he pulls out like this this black duster, and he kind of takes off his jack, like his potato sack, and he kind of sifts, like situates it. So he has no shirt underneath the duster, and he has a sword, and that's what it is.
And we cut
Rolf
back to
Rolf is less. One last thing. Rolf is less impressed by the sword than your bare chest.
Luke.
That's all I'll say.
Oh.
Mm. And then we cut back to Larissa and Lawrence.
Sorry, I got distracted by already starting to ship somebody else.
You're right.
This is how I cope.
It's how I cope too.
Romances.
Okay, so what were we doing? Yeah, so she's crying.
There's lots of crying. People are hugging, and it seemed like there was more to talk about there. So.
Lawrence will kind of stiffen up a little bit. He's really unsure whether or not he should ask the next thing that he's going to ask, but he's going to. Rissa.
Yeah.
When was the last time you saw Lorenzo?
It was at the beginning. We were separated. They were herding us off to different places, and they purposefully broke up families. So, 4 of us were all taken in different places around the city. I was able to find Mother, but... And then she'll kind of look back in the direction of the keep. And then look back.
I am not letting, wherever the windows of this building are, I am between the building and her. There is no way Lauren is going to let her see that.
Okay. And then haven't seen Father or Lorenzo.
It's all right. It's all right.
How did you get here?
It's been a long, winding journey. But what's important is that Daniel has said that you are that you have really come into your own as a figure in this rebellion, and we need to get you back to your people. There are a number of them.
Yeah.
A ways away in a basement.
And
So when you're feeling up to it, we need to get you back.
was that man? Was that your friend? The one who died?
It would do a disservice to his memory to lie and say that he was my friend. But he was very brave. And he should be remembered as a hero of the rebellion.
I've known people like that. We did not... The rebellion has taken all kinds. Most of them are dead. Most of them were heroes. And he died for you. This man, and he died to save me, yes?
Yes, he died for my cause. Yes.
Should we honor him in some way?
Yes, we should. I just don't know how.
We need a high place. And Ellie is trying to kind of center herself and bring herself. She knows that it's probably going to be a couple of weeks until she really kind of starts processing this. But at this point, she kind of... He should be buried as high as we can. To do less would be a disservice. If we have time.
Lawrence is very happy that Eliwick cut in because he was flailing and just about ready to totally break. Because he doesn't know what to do about the fact that he got Colin killed.
Oh yeah, Ellie's gonna have a talk with you about that
Yeah.
later.
Ugh.
I haven't. Let's see, Maddie, are you still in the room?
Yeah, I'm in the room.
How are you looking right now? Because at this point, I've kind of come out of myself, and I'm like, okay, where's the team? Who needs a hug?
She's just kind of like closed off, a little bit closed off right now. She's just kind of like just sitting there.
Okay. Eliwick's gonna slowly get up and turn to Lawrence. I'm so happy you found your sister. It brings genuine joy to my heart to see you two reunited.
I would feel like the rest of the party at this point, it is fair to ask. Sir Lawrence had mentioned her mother and her sister, right?
Yeah. I would, and at that.
And so I don't want you to metagame away the fact none of you know that her mother is dead.
Oh yeah.
Right. So I don't want us to be in a position where we just forget about some good nuggets of drama.
I think Maddie knew one of them died. Because he rolled high enough on thing, and we walked past that unless Sir Lawrence.
The mother was one of the leaders of the rebellion as well, right?
Mhm.
Yes. Yeah. Actively, you would know.
Yeah.
When they did that to people, they did it in front of all the other prisoners before hoisting them up. Okay.
The mother's name was Isabel, if
Yeah.
your character knew them.
And then the sister that you're with is
Larissa.
Larissa.
All of the Wells children begin with L.
I like
I
that.
think at this time Kane would rejoin the room.
Okay.
Mhm.
I poke my head in. It's all clear except for this asshole.
I turn to Ralph. Do you want to come in? I feel like we have stuff to discuss. And so then I'm going to
Who
turn
else
back.
are you gonna put on watch? One of these emaciated wretches.
I'll take watch. Go ahead. I need some air anyways.
I don't want to be in there. Feel free to join me.
I could take watch.
Sounds good. I need some. I need. To be
Nobody
outside.
wants to be inside with the body. That's
Yeah, man. I said like I need to be outside. I'll take watch.
Yeah, I'm going to turn back to Lawrence at this point. I hate to ask, but your sister's all right. What of the rest of your family, your mother? I know there were more family members. Did you find them?
Larissa's head immediately stares directly at the floor.
Kane looks between Lawrence and Larissa. And he could probably tell that there's a familial tie.
And you would have known the two of them are sisters.
Yeah.
Larissa, or mother and daughter.
Isabel Wells is deceased. He says, because he kind of like reads the room and he also reads lips. So he kind of gets a gist of what's being tossed around.
And Lawrence will just kind of nod in agreement.
She did not scream once.
They made us watch.
Indeed, they did.
Lawrence objectively understands the "she did not scream" comment was meant to be comforting, but Lawrence crumples.
Yeah. At seeing Lawrence crumple, Ellie, I'm sure, along with her sister, is going to kind of try to
Well, because Lawrence was holding the sister, and now Lawrence just drops, and he's not. Yeah.
Yeah, Larissa's right down there with you.
All right,
Holding
I'm
you.
gonna.
She's had a little bit more time to process. Sorry.
Yeah. I'm gonna make sure that if Lawrence doesn't need Ellie's assistance in this, because it seems like two siblings should be able to comfort each other, and that would be it. We'll probably discuss at a later time. She's just gonna kind of rub Lawrence's back. That sounded really
Awkward
weird.
back rub. Yeah.
It's like the pat. It's just
Or no, shoulder squeeze.
Shoulder-
She's gonna do a shoulder
works
squeeze.
because Lawrence always wears like a big full
clank.
arm, or like it would just be like rubbing the side of a toaster. And he's not
Shoulder squeeze.
crying because he already cried a lot. He's kind of cried out. He just kind of crumples and is silent.
Mhm.
Just like he have been holding it together.
Is it one of
And
those
now-
like bottom lip jerkers where they're just like
there can be a little bit of lip quivering if you would like, but it's just that like his legs have just finally stopped holding him up. He's done. He's
Relax. There's nothing more to do for right now. We'll take care of getting out of here. Just be with your sister. Don't worry.
She gives him the shoulder squeeze, kind of backs up, and sees that Kane is the only one left in the room.
Well, there were 4 other resistance leaders who were just kind of sitting there looking shell-shocked as well.
Yeah.
But of people with a glow, the only people left.
Yeah.
Kane reaches into his duster and pulls out a pipe, and he places it in his mouth, and he searches around, and he finds a box of matches, and he lights it and begins to puff. I have missed this so much. And he like goes back and starts puffing on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I guess I'm gonna turn to the rebellion leaders and say, I know that you have been through horrors that I can't begin to imagine. We will take some time to rest. We'll try to recuperate as much as we can, but we need to either try to escape or to make plans. You understand?
There will be time for mourning our dead. This is true. But we need to get up and move. If we do not move, unfortunately, we will cease to exist. Your friends saved our lives, so we will help you.
At this, Ellie kind of takes a shuddering breath. I was never good at tactical plans.
No one ever is.
Okay.
It is life is an eternal game of dragons chess. Move and counter move.
You have an odd way of looking at the world. Okay, so we
Lawrence
should...
will stand up.
Okay.
Walk over to Colin. Hoist him up. I think I'm the only one that's going to be able to carry him.
Yeah.
I could try to carry him if it
Let's
would
just.
help.
Well, it's just.
I mean,
you don't need to carry your own dead character.
he did save me. Feel like it was my fault that I got him killed.
We're going to stop that talk right now. It's nobody's fault. He made his choice, and it was a good choice. He died knowing that. It is no one's fault. I will not. And I look both Kane and Lawrence and the sister in the eye. This is nobody's fault. This is what happens when there is war.
It is, as it is written, the great wheel ever turns. We start at one spoke, and we end on the other.
La Fortuna.
From-
Okay.
From everything after Lawrence picked up Colin, he just tuned out everything everyone was saying.
Gotcha.
He's just like, so whatever Blake said about, wait, what is his name? Sorry.
Kane.
Kane.
Blake. Whatever Kane said, he just doesn't take any of it in. And Ellie's talking to Kane, and I'm not taking it. It's just
Yeah.
hoisting
Yeah.
up Colin.
I probably realized this. It's okay. A lot's happened to Lawrence. We'll get to that later. Then I'll probably go outside and see what's going on with Maddie and Rolf. Did you guys have a conversation? while you were out
We
there?
did, but I'm going to
Okay.
ask Rock something. How
Hit me.
big is the city? How big is 1,000 feet for locate creature?
Are you asking? I feel like those are two different questions. What are you attempting to locate?
Our young elf girl.
Oh,
Although-
the one who squired you across the street, across the river. You are
Yeah.
way far away from that.
Okay, I'm not
Think
gonna listen.
about this city is probably like Chicago in terms of like footprint.
Mhm.
Oh, 1,000 feet. Don't think I can find anybody I need.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, Madeline, Rolf is quiet until he turns to you and says, "We'll have to figure out what to tell the others. I'm calling. I don't think Arshnag had much connection to it,
Well,
so that shouldn't be too hard.
we have to tell them that he's dead.
What about your little one?
Do you remember how we got there? How we found there? She knows what death looks like. It's a waste. This whole thing's just a waste.
Oh, Colin just went on vacation.
Yeah.
To a big griffin.
Yeah,
He
we
went
went to
to
a very
Griffin
nice
Farm.
farm. Yeah.
He went to the Griffin farm.
To be a griffin shepherd. And they actually find a griffin farm. Colin! Oh,
He's on vacation.
Okay. So what happens next?
I wasn't done.
Okay.
Madeline,
Yes.
you remember when we went up into the mountain to make a little cave adventure?
Yes. Yes, I remember. You sent you and Avala and Colin.
The three of us made very powerful oaths to Luther once we went up there.
Really?
Yes.
Kind
We
of
call
oath.
them, well, you know, the usual. I've vengeance against all enemies of Luther for the embarrassment they caused my tribe. Colin likewise sought to prove that he was not like that deserter, piece of dung, and that he would make the giants pay for what they did. And I believe in time that oath will come to pass, with these leaders now being free. But if that does not happen,
Then I, as the cleric, must ensure that his oath is fulfilled. For I was Luthic's watcher for this. That the girl made similar oaths.
Specifically, what kind of oath?
Ooh. I could feel Luthic's pride in her. She is growing metal. This experience has turned her into prominent piece. I don't know how elves age, but I expect in a year's time she will have her own quarry of giants.
I would ask you to cease that.
What? Excuse me?
I've seen that. I've lived that for the past couple years.
Well, then you should know how important it is to get the blood flowing within her at this point. She's still fresh from her own parents.
You think that freshness will, you think that memory will fade? That memory doesn't fade. If you keep doing this for long enough, all you have is that. I have that. I don't want her to have that. Why do you think I do this, Rolf?
The same reason why I devote myself to Luthic's passage of birth. It is my calling, such as it is yours. Ivala will follow suit, I expect.
It's different from the others, you think? It's honorable what I'm doing here. It's not like them. It's not like Ellie Wick. She just wants to save people. Lawrence wants to save people. I just want to see them die for what they did. I have nothing left. I spent the last couple years killing and killing. There is nothing but their pain and what they did. And I don't want her to have that. She will outlive us all. Don't let her only life be vengeance. She just starts, she says that, you just see her like tear up.
For a moment, as you begin to tear up, and all of you feel this, the ground beneath your feet begins to shake. For just a moment, and then a second pulse, stronger than the first. Not enough to tear down buildings, but enough to definitely feel. And a third wave passes, but this is not physical. It's energy. It's control. It's what four of you have felt before, except stronger.
Oh, no.
A pulse, a wave of energy passes over each of you, emanating from somewhere below, somewhere deeper into the center of the city, perhaps. And you feel as if a blanket, a miasma, has started to fall over the city. As if that same level of control you felt at Pregmere Keep, only stronger, has suddenly awoken beneath the city.
At this, Ellie, when she feels this, is going to turn to the leaders and to everybody in there. We leave and we leave now. And she's going to just walk out the door, see them. We're leaving now.
You just see like Maddie just like opens up. It's like
Okay.
you felt that.
Yeah, we're leaving now.
Very well.
Yes. Pack up everything.
Yeah.
What about the body? We're taking
Lawrence
that.
is carrying Colin.
Do you need help?
Well, I hate to say this, I really do. Our top priority is our safety right now. A body. I care for Colin dearly. However, if this is going to slow us down, we cannot afford to be slowed down.
It won't slow me down. It's fine.
Okay, Eliwick's gonna nod, pack everything up, and just start. I'm trying to think of where even the closest exit. At this point, I'm not sure if she cares, like, where the fire giants or whatever. No. Yeah, probably the way that we came, because that was our plan, right?
Yeah. I guess if it helps any, Maddie can like scout out ahead and just kind of like
Yes, please.
kind of peek up a few blocks.
So what is your intent at this moment? Let me check. Is your intent to move back to the river, attempt to make signal and cross? Or...
That might take too long.
We do... If it's dark, we can maybe water walk out.
Let's see. I'm thinking about the day. It is getting on towards evening, indeed.
Mm-hmm.
That works for me.
I'm
going to take as many feathers from Nihilus as I can. So I can...
Cast Featherfall.
Exactly. I need my components.
I will use you as my spell components.
You live on until I run.
Let's see. Colin or Zippy, you said on Colin there was
It's a brooch.
not okay, yeah. Ellie's probably gonna take the brooch really quick. Pause a second with like her hand on his head. I'm sorry. And then is gonna start moving. Oh wait, no, we're going with you. Never mind. Ignore me. All of that is just
Kane is just puffing on the pipe and looking at the four of you. You could leave the body. I understand how hard it is to leave a friend behind.
Lawrence is ignoring and is walking away from him as he's talking.
Yeah, Maddie's out the door getting...
And then as soon as he feels like everyone's ignoring him, he just kind of on the pipe. All right. Very well. I guess we are going. Let us go. Good
just
plan.
narrating to himself. I am walking away.
We
now.
are walking down the streets.
Interestingly, only 2 of the other rebellion leaders are come with you. The other 2 are standing stock still in the building.
Remove curse!
You have remove curse. I was about to say I've got greater restoration as well.
A remove curse and or a greater restoration will allow them for the time being to regain
All right.
the brains. So you will have to spend the spell slot on them.
I actually, well, I don't think lesser restoration will work, will it?
Oh.
It'll give them a saving throw.
Oh.
Ah.
I could do that, but I'm gonna just do remove curse.
Okay. That'll get one of them.
I'll get one of them.
So lesser rest, because I don't have greater restoration. I don't have any spell slots. So
remove curse.
Okay. Okay. Between the double whammy of a remove curse and a lesser resto, both of them are able to start moving again, and they're like, "Whoa."
Come
Okay.
on, we're leaving.
Nice.
We're leaving.
Okay, let's go. Yeah. Yep.
Don't say
And
yep, say thank you, Luthic.
thank you, Luthic.
That's
Okay.
right.
So to give you an idea of where you are, we have our little map of the city right here. Essentially, you see the F over here is fire giants. Y'all were kind of like right here. If you see that red X that I just put, on the thing. It's right there. Boink. The river is, of course, here. It's got about 3 blocks of no man land on either side of it. The active fire giant gate is here. Is your intent to exit the city or get to the other side?
Exit the city. Exit the city right now.
I get see.
Okay. So you have a choice to make. Do you go for the fire giant gate, or do you go, which is closer, or do you go for the river, which is further?
River, I will control water if need be.
I forget last time, how long did this feeling in Prugmere last before anything real terrible was immediately?
Until you destroyed the kind of brain, the crystal brain, the brain within the crystal casing.
Spewed
Yeah,
all
that's
my
right.
goo.
We can't afford to fight fire giants at this point. We're just gonna have to take the longer way out.
The Fomorian way.
That is a very wise decision. Just don't look at them directly in the face and you'll be fine.
I will stare them down.
That would be ill-advised, but once again, your life, do what you do with what.
Thank you for the advice, slow-speaking stranger. We really do appreciate it, as Ellie is kind of quickly
Okay.
going.
Very picks up
I
Colin's
appreciate-
slack of smack talk.
I appreciate your appreciation.
There are 10 of you trying to move through the city
Yes.
to get to the water.
Just as like a one last note,
And a body. Sorry.
as Lawrence is carrying the body of Colin and they exit out of that building, he can't help it, but he gives one last look at his mother's body and thinks for just a second, but then realizes that they need to get out.
Yeah.
Oh, I could do something real bad.
Oh no! No! No!
No.
He looks at the body of Isabel and he puffs on the pipe. Don't worry. I told you once, miss, I will tell you 1,000 times more. I will keep your children safe. And he just kind of like turns and he starts walking off.
That was really sweet.
Aww.
All the way down.
Aww.
Like,
Poor Brett.
I'm stuck now. Okay.
Okay, so tell me how you navigate. So my understanding of your intent, and tell me if I'm wrong, is that you want to make your way to the river and then escape via the river route, kind of the way you came in.
Exactly.
Thumbs up? Okay,
Thumbs
so
up.
tell me how you get to the river. Are you going to use there are 10 of you. You're trying to navigate through what is at first like open avenues that have been obviously opened and like widened by the giants to give them more like giant feeling space, and then into a wasteland of rubble and destroyed buildings. How do you choose to sneak through this area? Because I'm imagining you don't want to run into any patrols, given your current composition. How do you do it? Like, tell me what your plan is. You're just gonna stealth it? You're gonna...
I could
Yeah.
I could do locate creature and just say
They're fire giants.
Yes.
Well,
How long
that
does that
also-
last? Oh, go ahead
an
and say.
hour.
Oh, nice. Okay. But locate creature is a single creature, isn't it? It's not all of a type.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
I can spend 4 of those.
Are we trying to locate creatures around our exit?
I could, yeah. Because really what I'm trying to do is just try to pinpoint like where they are situated and if they're moving.
It's like
And
magical
they're
sonar.
Yeah, so if I can like sense where they are and if they're moving in a certain direction, I can be like, that's a patrol. We need to go this way. And I can do this 4 times if I need to switch it up.
Kane is familiar with the city, right? If they said that
Yeah.
they were trying to go towards a exit point, would he know where that is? Would he be familiar?
You would be familiar with it. Lawrence would be familiar with it, and Larissa would be familiar with it. Given its current configuration, you and Larissa would probably be the most familiar with the easiest exits at this point, as Lawrence's information is primarily pre-war, except for one time he came in to rescue some folk. Or 1 or 2 times, a couple of times.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's
So yes,
gonna-
your passive investigation is like a 22. Is that right?
Yeah, but this is more for a feature.
Oh, for a feature. Interesting.
He's gonna hold off to the back, and he's
Mhm.
gonna wait for the main party to be up at the front, and he's gonna whisper, "Nezamak, Blade of the Fallen Kings, I call upon your power. Give me sight beyond sight." And he's gonna cast clairvoyance
Oh,
through
nice. Okay.
his feature. The runes on the chains begin to glow, and standing beside Kane is this being. He looks similar to Kane, as if they were from the same area. He has no eyelids, and his mouth is sewn shut. He wears a helmet of a viper. And it's kind of like the motif on all of his armor is something serpentine. And he whispers towards the direction. He whispers to the spirit the direction of which they're going. And he's going to go to that location and act as a sensor.
I like that. Yeah, because
Because it's clairvoyance.
it is, and
essentially.
normally you cast it where you are, and it stays there.
I think it
but-
has a range of a mile. So he'll
It does
probably
have a range of a mile. You are correct. Yeah, so you could place it anywhere within a mile of you and look at that spot.
You're
You
fancy
know-
boy, aren't you?
So he's going to just cast that as a feature, and he's going to try to do this within a mile of
Yeah.
the area.
Interestingly, one of the ways that the few weapons and whatnot that have been able to be smuggled in and out of the city is actually one of the collapsed portions of the wall. They literally just rebuilt part of the wall on top of the rubble. There is a cave system, and it's not even really that. It's like you have to really squeeze and crawl through it. But one of the rebels found it, and they were able to bring a little bit of stuff in at a time. And you know that is probably, and it's on this side of the city, that is probably the easiest way to sneak you all out. Because you're not going to get near the river, so you're not going through no man's land, and you're not going to the gate. So you're not going past anybody.
So Kane's eyes kind of does what the in Game of Thrones Bran does. He kind of just rolls back, checks out the area, and he's like, new compatriots, if you would be so kind as to follow me, I have the perfect route of escape.
Okay. That took a long time to say, but cool. Show us.
And he
feel
just
like
kind of
that's
like points to
probably
the staff, and he's like, "This way."
That's
Cool.
the city.
Might be the first time that Lawrence has actually realized that you're a human being and is talking. Because that's good news.
You okay there, son?
Excuse me.
Yes.
Ellie's kind of walking forward and kind of, I'm older than both of you. Let's go. Go, go, go.
All right, I'm going to need some stealth checks. Remember, you get a plus 10
Plus
to
10.
them. Yeah.
I don't wanna.
You got a plus 10. It's at least something.
I don't wanna.
Got this.
I wanna.
27, 23.
Ugh.
I wanna.
Dang.
30, 14, 33.
Oh.
Nicely
14.
done, team, except for Ellie.
Okay. It's okay.
But
Good mostly.
I'm going off passive perceptions for this one, which means our party, feeling this eldritch wave roll through the city, decides that now is the best time for them to make their escape. They wind their way through the ruins of what was once the great capital of the Kingdom of Geoff, having lost a friend, compatriot, a family member, but gained another family member and a possible new ally. They make their way through a dark, claustrophobic tunnel, out into the fresh air, beyond the walls of Gorna. And in next week, We'll find out what happens next.
Yay!
Fucked up.
Feel
We're
bad
so-
for that.
Everyone is
It's bad.
in a way. Everyone's in a
We're
way.
just weak, and our
I'm
minds are
coping, all
broken.
right.
I'm
I
sorry.
love you all.
I don't know if I can ever do Rolf crying.
Mhm.
I feel like it would sound hilarious. Like,
Abu, Abu, Abu.
Okay.
Is this our decompression?
Yeah. We all just need a. It was a rough session. Lots of stuff happened. Wow. I
We
love you.
thought we were all going to die.
Yes. But instead, only
Right.
one of you did.
Two.
Okay. So, wow. That was great.
It just occurred to me, would I have rolled stealth with disadvantage because I'm carrying this large...
I was thinking about it, but let's get you out of the city and move the story forward. I think that's more.
I think you already
appropriate.
have that because of your armor, right? Or you?
Yeah. Yeah, it's
I
fine.
think
It's fine.
yeah.
It's fine. Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, what?
Yeah,
It's
what
fine.
happened? Yeah.
I'm only super weird about making sure things are exact in combat when it's a super life or death situation. When we are narrating situations, I'm much more let's go where the story takes us, right? So, with that, let's go around to get thoughts from our team about today's uplifting episode of the Liberation of Geoff. And I think we'll actually, I'm going to do this in a weird order. I'm going to start with 4.
Really? You're giving me that responsibility? Well,
Mhm.
you know what? Fine. I very rarely ever have to deal with player character death. And it was handled with much grace, both on the part of Zippy and Throck. So thank you guys for giving us that experience, because I was warned that death was on the line when I first entered this campaign for our characters. Not for the players, for the characters. And I feel bad that that promise was kept, but I think it does open opportunities for us to experience even greater stories. I feel bad that we don't have enough time to have all the I feel like we used like a good amount of time to role play out our feelings because we clearly had them.
Mhm.
But once again, I think it's a tremendous opportunity, and you can find me on the forefront because my name is Four, and I am on that front. Forefront's on the Twitter, however, and the Mondays, if you wake up early enough, I will be running a Mouse Guard, Year of the Bear, where our players are trying to dissuade a bear from staying in the territories by milking skunk anal glands. And from there, we are going to see if it works. Lots of science involved. I am also working very hard on getting Morphs in the Dark, which is an Animorphs hack of Blades in the Dark, and I am constantly looking for players, and I am constantly looking for times for me to play the game that I've been working on for so long. So hit me up with the DM if you want to play, because I am open and ready.
DMs.
I'm also all right. Gosh, look how much dinner I have left.
Wow. Okay.
That's how good the session was, motherfuckers. I'm done.
Abby.
All right, y'all know that I like a good role-playing session. I feel like that's like my meat and potatoes of playing tabletop role-playing games. It's what I feel the most comfortable with. And everybody, I think this session did a really, really good job playing up that, especially like while in combat. It was a good experience, and I cry at everything, so don't really worry about that. You should have seen me. There was a game that Four was DMing and Throck was there, where I was literally almost boo-hooing because of a young wolf child. It was real bad. So
I am a butler. Excuse you.
Shut up.
Excuse you.
Nope. But no, I feel like everybody too had really, really good moments. Like Rolf and Maddie's exchange.
I really wanted that. By the way,
was-
It was amazing. I was really happy to see that. Yeah.
fantastic. I don't know if you saw my face, but that whole time once Maddie was like, "I'm not having any of that," I was like, "Just yes!"
Oh no, Rolf is in the wrong completely. Rolf is in the wrong completely. I love it.
And then Britt handling Lawrence's emotion, because there's so much I like. You could really feel the shock of it's not sinking in. There's no processing going on. It's just we're working on autopilot right now. And also, Kane is going to crack me up. I can already tell.
By the way, and yet I really appreciate that scene with the mother, because that was a perfect moment to show us more of your character.
So good.
That changed everything.
Yeah, that really like, oh boy. Oh boy. I'm sorry for interrupting, Abby. You can
No,
cry.
you're totally fine.
You can cry now.
I was
it's fine.
done. Oh,
Okay.
yes. I cry sometimes on the interwebs, and you can find me at Abigator Frenzy on Twitter. I'm doing this. I'm going to be in a Scratch game later on. Just check my Twitter. I've got stuff going on sometimes when I'm not watching tiny children.
Oh.
All right. I love you all.
Shauna.
Hey, oh wow, that was yeah, I don't get to experience player death very often. It was
Player
I
character
think-
death.
like character death, yeah, but God, I'm yeah. But it's good to see like the characters like role play that out, because it really happens and you kind of have that feeling of loss. Is kind of
Yeah.
cool to see for that. Damn. Everyone did so good. But yep, Flying Serious on Twitter. That's where I have most of my stuff. I should have a pinned tweet for April, because April's going to be kind of wild. Going to have a lot of things happening. But this weekend, if you're at PAX East, I am actually on a panel on Friday at 4:30 p.m. It's being part of a panel of historical and visual transgender representation in RPGs. There's always some part of that title that always gets me. But yep, 4:30 p.m. And I'm looking forward to it. And if you're at PAX East, say hi. It's going to be a very busy day.
Is there any way that's going to be recorded? Because I would love to hear that panel.
I honestly don't know what the recording is. I think we're going to try. I'll post it if we do. I think we
Okay.
can record the other one that we did at Unplugged at some point.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll keep everybody posted.
Even if
Awesome.
not, you're going to have to describe that to me at some
Yeah.
point, because it sounds amazing.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that.
Sweet. Let's do, because I wanted to leave you two for last, because you were the most transformation happened with the two of your characters. Let's do Colin. Let's do Zippy first.
Hi, I am Zippy Zippo on the Twitch. I am gaming.exp on the Twitters. I play in a variety of games. I play here on Mondays. I play here on Wednesdays as Oberyn Glitleaf. I play on Encounter Roleplay on Sundays as Riley Rourke and the Shadow Beast Og Thalic. Colin was an asshole, but he was a character born and raised in war. If he was to die, I came in knowing that this is a grimdark campaign. Characters are going to die. So my experience is, if you come into a grimdark campaign, which death is always on the line, always have a couple backup characters. Also, not to make it feel like you shouldn't get attached to your characters, but also make sure that you're having fun with playing those characters.
Because that's why we're here. And to tell us some stories, but to have fun.
Yeah. So, the chapter of Colin has ended. The new chapter of Kane Abelson has started.
Until I use speak with dead.
Until you speak with dead, which is going to be interesting to see how that works.
That's fascinating, and I can't wait to watch that. Yay!
I
Hello,
forget. I forget that Ralph has undead stuff.
Hasn't summoned any skeletons in a little while. And last,
I'm gonna. Oh, he didn't go to the Griffin farm. He's right here, Avalon.
Oh,
Hello.
That is the
Village
worst
that you
way
can't-
to deal with death ever. No, do not do that.
you almost did that with
can
her
also-
parents. You almost did that with her parents.
You can
did-
see
you
it.
just- You just
we
didn't know
have
which
a family
one.
again.
No.
okay. That's horrible.
Why is Rolf
And-
in this
all right.
campaign?
I don't know. Britt.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I did a lot of thinking today about how Lawrence was going to react to this because, Stuffy Knight has been in war for the past few years. Had already thought that they were dead for years, was given this glimmer of hope only to have it shot down immediately upon seeing his mother dead. It was very complicated. And I also really didn't want to have him be like that stereotypical dudes can't cry thing. So I was just like, I'm just going to let him have it out when it seems appropriate to. It was coupled with Colin, though. I think I had a hard time RPing it the way that I wanted to.
We have more time to make that happen.
Oh no, I mean it's already happened.
Well, no, what I mean
like,
is like you have a new
Process your
relationship
emotion.
to explore.
And see, that's what makes it so good, because it gives to the sense that you haven't processed. You're just walking in shock right now. So sometime that kind of trauma is going to catch up to you. And when it does, motherfucker, it's going to hit
Oh
hard.
yeah. It's
Oh no, I think I said that wrong. It's not that I didn't, because I feel pretty good about the shock and the crumpling and all that stuff. I mostly meant that I couldn't keep my accent straight.
Oh,
And that's
okay.
that's where I'm
Yeah.
mad at myself for tonight, because I
Okay.
just couldn't talk like him for multiple
Yeah.
points.
Yeah, because I want to give you guys every chance you can to explore your characters, right?
No, there was a lot of exploring.
Yeah.
Yep. Gosh, this is very bitter. That's not the right word. I don't know. I'm having a hard time with words right now.
It's okay.
Because Zippy and I had this talk like right before game where we kind of like hashed out why our characters didn't get along. And I got very excited to explore that. And now it's gone. And so I think I don't know, whenever characters die or friends of characters die, there's always just like that loss of the story that you were excited to have together. And that's, I think, what I'm kind of mourning right now, because I was really excited to explore that after the talk we had. And now it's not happening.
Well,
So.
it's also harder, I feel like, when other people's characters die that you get attached to rather than your own character in some ways. You know what I mean? Because your character has to live with that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just thought the dynamic of it was going to be something that was very cool. So, yeah. So that's where I am.
Okay. Want to shout yourself out a little?
Oh yeah, I'm Atomic Firebird. I'll also be at PAX East. I don't know if I have any recording devices that'll last for an hour and a half, or if they'll let me, but I'm just gonna try to get into that panel. And so I will at least be able to text Abby some highlights. I have a pinned post. A lot of things are changing for April. A lot of my calendar is going to change with seasonal switches. But right now, I'll be on a counter roleplay on Wednesday nights in my Little Busters game, which is coming to an end, and I've been crying in that a lot too. So, a lot of ending games, and I was crying in my Dungeon World game the other day. So it's just that seasonal switch over. A lot of tears. How are you doing, Throck?
How you doing, Brock?
So the reason I love Grimdark, and the reason it's my favorite sort of fiction to read, and the reason I love things like Warhammer Fantasy and running Grimdark campaigns is because it's about flawed characters making difficult decisions in situations that they sometimes cannot have a true win condition, right? But that also leads to very bad things happening to characters and the people surrounding characters. The thing I have to get used to in running them is and it is in my Grimdark games where characters die, right? That is the place where if people die, I'm running Tomb of Annihilation. I expect some death there too soon. But like in general, in campaigns that I run, it's in the Grimdark ones where people die because it's flawed people in difficult situations making hard choices, and it's what I love about it because it allows everyone to really like dive very deeply into difficult roleplay. And I think kind of in like in a really neat way that thinks about like hard situations a bit differently than in like classical D&D. And so I love the interactions that happened as a player to a DM between Zippy and I, and as we were figuring out his death, because it is difficult for me to kill characters because I want to tell a good story and I have a hard time letting go of things, and that's my own psychological bullshit. But I also think that I think the death is both narratively appropriate and will drive the story in interesting new directions. And so in the long run, I think it's going to be fun and cool and do good things. And I also want to be able to give you all the time you can to like role play and figure your shit out as characters and that. So this was a long-winded way to say I love you all as players. I am incredibly happy that we are exploring this campaign. Although I feel like we maybe just moved into Act 3, which will be fascinating to see what happens as you leave Gorna with some important new information. So we'll see what happens next with the team. And I love you all. And I'm Sean, also known as Throck Plays. I'm the co-founder at Welcome to the Party, an equity and inclusion-based role-playing community and stream. And of course, I'm a DM here. You can also find me next for this week. It's the last week of our vampire campaign. It's a vampire noir campaign in 1943 LA. We have finally gotten the go-ahead to be able to publish Vampire 5e books. And so you should expect a 40 to 50,000 word vampire noir supplement to come out within the next month or two. And that should be super amazing. And then you can find me on Friday nights doing Tomb of Annihilation at 9 p.m. on our channel, and then on Welcome to the Party, that is, and then my Warhammer Fantasy game at 1 p.m. Eastern on Sundays on Welcome to the Party. And you all are amazing. I love to chat tonight. I love the players tonight. And the last thing we do is raid, and because I have the power, we're going to, as I love to do, raid my own channel because it feels powerful and narcissistic. And, well, they're also just playing some masks, and it's great. Powered by the Apocalypse role-playing. So let's go do that and say hello to my dear friends at Welcome to the Party as we end for the evening. And thank you all for hanging out with us tonight. It's been a true pleasure to play with this group and explore some crazy shit. So everybody wave and say bye, because we're going to get the fuck out and have a good night. And when I see everyone waving on the Twitch, I'll be able to hit raid. Really slow. Bye. There it is. And we're out.
There you go.